Hello. Hey, I went live. Did you know? Sorry. Hey, Molly. Hey, Ugly Laughs. Hello, Lizzie. Hello, Hedgehog Bouquet. Did you just join? That's a new name. I like it. Hello, Lauren. Hello, Femme Marie. Hello, Sunset Baby Doll. I like that name, but there's something about sunsets. Hello, Kelly. Did I say hello? There we go. Hi, everybody. This is incredibly informal, so you get an informal shirt. Sorry. However, I did get a crap ton of elf makeup yesterday, so that's what this is about. You're welcome. Like half formal. Party on the face. No, wait. Is it? Work in the face, party in the back. I don't know. I'm ruining it. Let me just stop now. I'm going to pull the chat up. Hang on. People would probably like to see that. Hey, there you are. Yay. Yeah. Probably make it a little bit bigger. Since this is... Why is it on top chat? I don't want it on top chat. Here. I want it to be... You know how you take a break from stuff and then you come back to it and it doesn't even have to be a long break and then you completely forget how to do everything, even though it's something you've been doing for 9 months at this point. Case in point, yes, there you are. I want live chat. I want that to be the default. Why is that? It aggravates me. Anyway. I know a lot of you guys are working. Technically, so am I. I think I'm good. Speaking of elf makeup, you just picked up the Holy Hydration Melting Cleansing Balm. Oh yeah, no, that stuff's amazing. The whole elf Holy Hydration line, I'm in love with. Like, they have a moisturizer. They have it in both an SPF and a non-SPF formula, and I've used both, and I like both. I would say they're kind of heavy, but they're really not. They feel like they're going to be heavy when you first put it in your hand, but then after you smear it all over your face as you do, it just absorbs. It's so nice. But the one that they've got has got an SPF of, I want to say 30. It's so nice because you can put it on and you don't have to worry about wearing more sunscreen. There we go. So highly recommend that. You're in San Francisco, Sunset? I'm trying to real quick get caught up. Sorry. No. Michelle, I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing, having me talk to you in your ear while you're trying to work. I feel like that would be annoying. I would annoy myself. Do. Reishi, like the reishi mushroom? This side of the pond. Hey, Sheena's back! And now that song's stuck in my head. Yeah, exactly, Molly. It takes like a week to like remember how to do stuff. And it's like, but I know how to do all this already. Hey, Curvy. Hey, Garlic Breath and Farts. Yeah, tech is hard, you guys. Tech stuff is scary, you guys. Sorry. Like, what was I doing? So I figured this is like I said, this is really informal, and I figured there's some stuff I wanted to kind of look at. I found, okay, this guy got recommended to me. He's got 124 subscribers, so he's clearly a new channel. I haven't looked at any of his other stuff, but YouTube, the algorithm that is YouTube suggested his video, so I thought that might be, well, I wanted to look at it anyway. Oh, here we go. All right, what are we doing here? We don't have a cat right now. He's sleeping on the bed, but he'll probably wake up here in a little while. Honk. No, 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 no. Think. This guy is Strive for Change. Let me see if I can... I've never seen him before. I'm very boxed in here. I think I'm going to move this back over here. I don't... It looks claustrophobic on the... A little claustrophobic on the screen. Also, I can make it a little bit bigger. Duck stuffer's scary. Alright, there we go. Yeah, that's better. I can like scooch over this way. You guys can actually hear me because I'll talk into the mic and not adjacent to said mic. Anyway. I got, I'll probably go... So I'm gonna do a more formal live at 4, because I think I'm gonna do, the Q&A that I've been putting off for no reason. The 6,000 Q&A. I think I'm gonna... Hey, it's 11:11. Make a wish. Anyways, I think I'm gonna do the Q&A live. But I'm gonna start that around 4 EST, 4 p.m. EST. So until then, this is just me doing what I would have been doing anyway. So, but anyway, I was gonna talk about the elf stuff more during that because that's what it'll be. But this is like watermelon flavored. Is that not awesome? If you said no, you are wrong. The only thing that would make this better is if it was like cherry flavored. But anyway, because we all need flavored chapsticks. That's what we need. Microplastics that taste like candy. There was other things I wanted to look at, and that is not it. Well, let's do this. Let's save this. Yeah. If you don't know, I sometimes write fiction. Is it good? I never claim that. Oh, all right. So, what else was I gonna look at? There was like some other stuff that like got recommended to me. Gosh darn it. I was trying to go live when other people weren't live, so sorry, Nerfy. I didn't mean to go live when you went live. Oh yeah. Today is not an Amber day. But we might go over Cynical, the Cynical Dude. Glitter and Lasers is just being herself. I do want to watch this Sam at Every Size, so we'll probably watch that after we watch this guy. Because you know me, I'm really interested in the Ozempic stuff. There's a Milk Tea Live, actually, that I want to go over with Foodie, because that's all she does, but she reacts to one. It is what it is. Is what it is. I am thoroughly ignoring Amber, except through other reactors, and most of them I'm not even watching. So, anyway. Where's my chat? Here we go. Sam is great. She does a really good job. Excuse me. I want to emulate. I have big words, I promise. But I want to kind of like absorb a little bit more of her style. I like her reactions and stuff, but I also like when she does kind of more researchy kind of stuff. And so I'm trying to put my phone on silent so that we don't all have to listen to it. So that's kind of what I think I want to focus a little bit more on going forward. But that also allows me to focus a little bit more on fat acceptance and haze and all that kind of stuff. Which I've been saying since the beginning of this channel is something I wanted to do, so. Come as a surprise to no one. Anything? Oh. Kiana just posted. Oh, it's Secret Eaters. I love Secret Eaters. We might watch a Kiana one, too. It's Kiana, right? Kiana Dockery? Dockerty? I think it's Dockery. I think the T is silent. Alright, cool. Nothing important there. Who is Amber? Exactly. Amber what? My name is who? My name is what? My name is Chick Amber Lynn. My apologies to Marsha Mathers. I dropped a comment encouraging Megan to check out TBA. Who? Not a fan of flavored lip stuff. It's okay. It's not everybody's cup of tea because it's not like it's a natural flavor. I mean, I'm not joking when I'm like, oh, it's microplastics because, like, tell me how you get sparkles and they're not microplastics. I'm going to be very well preserved because I'm mostly plastics and chemicals right now. It's just how that goes. Everyone's like, why is this generation aging so slowly? Because we're preserved, okay? Because the earlier generations weren't full of microplastics and chemicals. So I guess there's a benefit. Wait, who is Megan? I think I missed that. We need a cat cam. We do need a cat cam. I think when I get back from Salem, I'm gonna maybe work on that. Megan Ann did a history video. Oh, you know, I kind of stopped watching Megan a little bit because she's a little too pro fat acceptance sometimes, and I don't like it, but she does do really good videos. I find myself disagreeing with her more than I agree with her, and so I just kind of quit watching her just to kind of avoid it. I have nothing personally against her, so don't take that as me, like, slamming Megan Ann. I'm not. Just know what I like, and I avoid things that I don't. But, she does do really good videos. Let's go check that out, too. Yeah, see, I'm not subscribed to her anymore. The master of talks. See, that's the other thing I'm going to work on when I get back. Hang on. Never mind, it was my cat. My partner is in the other room having a work meeting, so he has his door closed, which means the cats have to be digging constantly at the door because the door is closed. How dare the door be closed? But he closed the door so he doesn't have to listen to me. All right, anyway, what I was saying was, when I get back, I want to work on a glitter and lasers history, kind of. I'm pretty sure what Ann's doing here, or Megan Ann's doing here. Mainly because I think I've only got 4 chapters left of Anna's book. So I want to knock those out. I think those are going to be the videos that are going to go up for you guys while I'm in Salem. Did you guys know I'm going to Salem? So I think I'm going to put some chapters from Glitter's book up. I want to put just some rando stuff up for you guys that's in theme with the channel, but it's all going to be pre-recorded stuff, so nothing's going to be current. And then when I get back, I want to put out some other things. Oh, Marissa Matthews, why are you so annoying? Like you literally try to be annoying. Okay, so she's doing this really kind of cool thing. Maybe I need to give Megan Ann another try, another shot. Maybe she's changed. I don't know. Nobody should care what my opinion of them is at any point for any reason. The ghost formerly known as Amber. Does she need like a little symbol now? We'll just put a symbol of Amber up. Let's see. Milk tea is literally the only way I keep up on Chantel, but I have been watching her videos lately. And the mukbangs, what mukbang did I watch of hers? It was the dullest thing. Like, I think I'd rather watch Alexandra Rodriguez because it was that dull. And if you don't know, I think Alexandra Rodriguez is like falling asleep material. She's better than a long textbook for getting to sleep. Your first live? I'm terribly sorry. Who's that? Fan Fadnama? Am I saying that right? Correct me if I said that wrong. The change in tone for Anna's Disney cruise. I've only been watching her. I've only caught a couple of her reels or Insta stories, whatever the hell they're called, about the Disney cruise. I didn't even realize she was on a cruise at first, honestly. I thought she had just gone to like some theme park for a minute. I mean, I was guessing that it was Disney themed, but to be perfectly honest, the last video Anna showed of her on her little Disney cruise thing, they were doing some kind of bohemian thing, and I was just like, yes, this is exactly what white people think other cultures look like. Yes, that's all that kept running through my head. I was just like, yes, this is white culture right here, right now. Sure, that's exactly how these people work. Anyway, it's Disney. I trust them to do nothing. The anti-slim but still shady. Yes. Fish scales is what they used to use. Oh, ground up fish scales? Ooh. I mean, I see how that would work, but wow. Catching up, sorry. Keats by Young in Albania. You make Albania sound like this perfect utopia. Why are you on this channel? Yeah, Ugly Laughs. That's the one thing I will give. What's the name of that brand? What is the name of? It's the one in the mall. Lush. There we go. Lush claims that they found a way to make biodegradable glitter, and they use it in a lot of their products, I assume. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Salem. If you haven't heard. Yeah, I guess Chantel's definitely. She does that every time she gets sick. Amen. Oh, okay. I have another friend who spells her name backwards. Yeah, that cultural craft thing was terrible. Terrible. She should be ashamed of herself. And it's not even I can't even be mad at Anna. I'm mad at Disney because that's a Disney thing. Disney did that. Anna's just participating. For all Anna knows, because she's culturally ignorant, Anna's probably like, oh my God, I actually learned something about another culture. And it's like, no, bitch, no. Run away from the Disney. These are reasons why I don't like Disney, if anybody ever wonders. I don't really have like any deep-seated anger issues with them. And like in general, they're just a terrible company. But like then they do shit like this and I'm just like, I can't even give you the benefit of the doubt, Disney. And now you own the franchises of all of my favorite movies and stuff, and it really kind of ticks me off. All right, we're gonna speed. I have no idea how fast this guy talks. I'm gonna start him off at 1.5 because if I wasn't doing this live, I'd be watching him at 2 point speed, and I feel like maybe some of you might want to follow along. If he talks too fast, we'll slow him back down. I have no idea what to expect. Like I said, I've never seen this guy before. He's a brand new channel. He's obviously got a weight struggle going on. I think that's kind of the point. Let's see. Welcome to my weight loss journey channel where I do weigh-ins, what I eat in a day, grocery hauls, and more. Consider subscribing to see the adventure unfold, and thanks for watching. You're right. You're welcome, Strive for Change. I'm hoping he's going to be the next Shauna Steele. This is my hope. I have not watched this yet. I don't know why it's tracking me as being watched. How long's he been posting? Ooh, 5 months ago. All right, well, okay, look, this is him 5 months ago. All right. That's him 5 months ago. That's him today. There's a definite difference. All right. If we like him, we'll go back and we'll do some stuff. I mean, it would be nice to add some new faces to the repertoire, especially people who are succeeding as opposed to failing. Kind of my theory on the matter. But my chat keeps vanishing because I'm stupid. Here we go. Oh, really? You like the camera quality? Thank you, BJ. Because sure. You know what? If you guys like it, that's all that matters. But thank you for reminding me. I need to turn the autofocus off. Because otherwise it's gonna keep fuzzing in and out. Oh crap, and I didn't check my levels. I'm so sorry. The sound's probably atrocious. Hang on. I can fix that. Let's fix the sound real quick. We're gonna fix it together, you guys. It's teamwork. Okay, hypothetically, you should be able to hear me now. Levels. Yeah, I bet I'm blowing somebody's earbones out. Oh, wrong way. Wrong way. There we go. All right, that should be better. Sorry, guys. I forget I have to check the sound every single time. Yeah, oh God. You were in my reaction to the latest foodie movie. I'm so sorry. That was such a terrible live. Yeah, smug and smarmy. I'm a professional. Professional. Yeah, no one in the chat ever misspeaks or says the wrong word or wears the wrong shoes or... Yeah, I mean, there's a good chance this guy's gonna make my blood pressure go through the roof, but who knows? Maybe I will be pleasantly surprised. I'm hoping for the latter. It's better not happen after Salem. Well, we'll find out. I make. You guys ever notice how I don't have a formal schedule? It's because I know myself. I make no promises. Anyway, let's go.
I think it's time to officially put that
What's
AC
happening?
back on. I am, oh my god, living in an upstairs apartment on the walk time. Currently Monday on my first walk. Just did all my video editing and it's super late and I haven't even ate anything, but yeah, I'll check in later.
Damn, his average
I
pace
think it's
is
time
amazing.
to officially put that AC back on. I am, oh my god, living in an upstairs apartment. On the walk I did like 4,000, a little over 4,000 steps.
Yeah, I'm gonna
It's alright. Had a little bit of a cookout moment. These are the jalapeno turkey. I got like half of a cheeseburger and then some beans. Trying
That looks
not to spill
good.
this, but this is what I got right now.
Man, I miss summer barbecue. I miss baked beans. I miss charred meat on the grill. I need to like find a grill. I think the apartment here has like one of those community grills. I think I can clean it up enough to cook on it. But gosh darn it, that potato salad. I mean, I know the foods that I want, and it's been years, which means I need to just make them all and just like have a barbecue. After Salem, there's a theme here.
Love it when it's charred like this. Just doing laundry. Took a nap when I shouldn't have today. It's my day off and just started off good. I woke up at like 7 a.m. I did all my editing. Then I originally planned to start my laundry early, around like 11 or noon actually. I just ended up falling asleep. No, wake up until like 5. I really didn't need to add this 50 calorie slice to the beans, but I love beans and cheese. I love anything in cheese. Let's keep.
I've never put American cheese on my baked beans. I feel like I probably shouldn't start because I feel like if I like it, it's probably something I'll continue to do. And like you just said, you don't really need to add calories to the baked beans.
Keep it 100. So yeah, it's like 9 p.m. and this is the first thing I'm eating today. Let's go ahead and try this burger. I almost forgot to say, today's the first day I'm not dizzy, so I think the bumps.
Talking about, what's it say? Thanks. I did that to get you off the screen. Talking about my symptoms from the tetanus shot. Oh yeah, I need to get my tetanus shot. Since I stopped working in the field, I stopped getting that shot. I think it's time to get my new tetanus shot. I think they're good for like 10 years or something like that. Anyway.
It's gone too, so hopefully no more symptoms. And I can get back to my other pain.
American cheese is not food,
illnesses.
no. But it is delicious.
Our next meal is a walking taco using these
Oh,
questions.
walking tacos. What are you doing here, sir? My ground beef? Your ground beef? Like, you ground it yourself? Protein chips. Mr. Strive for Change. Do we need to have a discussion about protein chips? Sour cream, pico de gallo, queso fresco. What is that? Queso fresco. But you already have cheese on it. Why did you put more cheese on? Other than it's cheese. But these are Happy Farm singles, which is basically American slices, so points docked for bad cheese. Bye, Michelle. Thanks for stopping by. Bioglitter's made out of cellulose. I mean, as long as it's biodegradable, I don't really give a shit.
Oh, this gonna hit so hard already now. Maybe I should crush the chips off these, but we're gonna get there. I have my AC on, so this will be a test if recording with it on is too much, or I should just turn it off. It's hot today. Honestly, I'm not sure why, but I'm not even hungry. I'm not even that hungry. I just made this because it was something I could use some of the beef for. I have so much beef left over, so I'm like, I want to use a little bit each day. But yeah, fun fact, this is the same shirt I have in my profile picture.
Yeah.
I just realized that a lot of my shirts are brown. Can't wait till I unlock more of my wardrobe and could, you know, wear something other than brown.
I mean, props to you for losing weight.
I could wear gray. No. But anyways, I do recommend these Quest chips.
No,
they're
there's a video
super
showing this
tasty.
made. Interesting.
I will say they're a little, like, they're more airy and like powdery than normal chip, but the taste and the crunch is there. And
I've had Quest. Yes, that's what they're called. I've had Quest chips. I don't like them. They're very grainy. The flavor powder on top of them tastes like flavor powder for anything else, except it definitely has like that protein powder aftertaste to it. And the chips themselves are just, I'm not a fan. I don't recommend them.
yeah, I mean, this whole bag, which you don't really get that much, but you know, it's a protein snack. 19 grams of protein in this bag. Like what? And only.
See, this is the problem I have with. This isn't a dig on him. This is a dig on protein products. This is my problem with protein junk food is I don't know this guy. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. He honestly thinks he's made the better choice by picking up these Quest chips and eating these instead of buying regular chips and eating those. And that's probably because he's falling for the marketing that's very heavily targeted towards people who are trying to clean eat and eat healthy or who are trying to get more protein into their diet. Like with Anna, I feel like Anna, especially since she's worked in advertising, that she should know better. And Anna, I think, is just doing it because, you know, she's a fitness girly now, yo. She needs her protein to recover from her hard workouts. This guy seems like he's genuinely just trying to eat better. And he thought this was a good swap. And the problem is this is still junk food. If you want to eat a walking taco, eat a walking taco. They're delicious, okay? But it's just like, I really wish people wouldn't delude themselves into thinking that they're eating something healthy when they're eating these chips. And I know I've had a couple people argue with me about, like, these being good sources of protein and that kind of stuff. I'm very firmly going to stand my ground on that one, and this is just junk food. If you want to eat junk food, eat junk food. That's fine, okay? That's perfectly fine. But just, like, don't pretend like it isn't something that it is, you know? And I just hate the fact that this guy's gotten... I mean, maybe that's not what's happening, but right now, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. I just hate to think that this guy has gotten swept up into the BS of these protein chips being good for him when they're not. All right. But anyway, I'm sure they do taste good. Well, I mean, some people are not going to have the same problems I have with the flavor and the texture. That's just a me thing. If you're somebody who has an issue with texture in your food, you will not like these because they were textured enough that I didn't like them. And I'm not usually a big texture is not usually a thing for me with food. But after a couple chews, it was like eating sand. Chip form of anything. I mean, I love a good corn chip. Don't get me wrong. And when I make chili, I get corn chips every once in a while. But Yulia, that's a great name. But yeah, no. Y'all know my stance on this. But anyway. I mean, the guy's lost weight, so I'm not going to slam him. He's obviously doing something good. What I really wanted to watch, though, is why he's talking about fat acceptance over here. Because... Come on, cords. There we go. Excuse me. Pardon me. I'm a lady. Okay.
For
There we
not
go.
carbs.
They are
All right,
expensive.
let's go. Let's go. Hey guys, it's currently Tuesday. Well,
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say he's a sneakerhead because that looks like a sneakerhead stash. These boxes over here. That's a subculture that really fascinates me, honestly.
technically Wednesday because it's 2 in the morning, but
Lord.
just having some leftovers. Trying to use this beef up.
Okay, so apparently the story is that he's made a lot of beef, a lot of ground beef. My suggestion to him in the future is even if it's cooked, just freeze it because it'll keep forever in the freezer, especially once it's cooked. Just freeze it in portions, and that way the next time you need ground beef for something, you can just thaw it out and eat it, and you don't have to worry about it. It's basically meal prepping, and that way you don't have to like force yourself to eat because that's a quick way to go down a dirty road. But this is the exact same thing as the this is the exact same thing as the walking taco. He's just using taco shells.
So it's weird. Today and yesterday, I've just not been that hungry. I had Taco Bell today and a bag of chips. Surprisingly, everything only came up to like 1,200 calories. And honestly, I was just gonna go to sleep and not eat anything more, but I really gotta use this beef up.
Again, just freeze it. Trust me, it'll keep forever in the freezer. I know you can eat for cheap calories at Taco Bell, especially since a Taco Bell in the United States uses grade E as an elephant meat. So we can argue as if to it's actually meat or not, because I believe there's like silicone in it or something crazy like that. It's delicious. Don't get me wrong. But I also know it's really easy to go over your calories at Taco Bell too, because once you start adding in the sauces and all that, which a lot of people forget, it just the sauces is where all of the calories really are. Because really, a taco shell and some ground beef does not have that much calories to it. Um, so he won't eat regular chips, but will eat regular taco shells. Well, there's no such thing as a protein taco shell, as far as I know. They do look like the Dorito shells, but they're the. He had that up there. What were they?
Just gonna go to sleep and not eat anything more, but I really gotta use this beef up.
It's a brand
had so much, so why not? And yeah, I'll probably have this tomorrow one last time. I have enough in there one for like one more meal.
I forget. It's a brand, and they're basically creating dupes for the Taco Bell. It's not Taco Bell, but they're creating dupe Taco Bell shells. I've seen them in the store. I've thought about them too because I do like those, but they do look like the Dorito shells because that's effectively what they are. But we don't use the word Dorito. Frozen meal prepping's the way to go. Yeah. Yeah, Lizzie, I don't know if he's on a shot or something. I don't know. I don't know what his story is. I don't know if he's just losing weight through calorie restriction. I don't know if he's using Ozempic. I don't know if he's had surgery. I don't know. This is the first video of his I've watched so far. I mean, maybe this is a kind of off day for him. It's not great, but it's not terrible, I guess. Burger King is not great. The less healthy it is for you. Well, yeah. Wait, was there some kvetching about Megan and I missed it? Or was that me kvetching about Megan? To be fair, Taco Bell's beef filler is oatmeal. Is it? Delicious oatmeal. Includes oatmeal. El Paso. It might have been El Paso, Shayna. I'm not going to go back and check. Hey, Brosh. You like watching Megan Ann? I don't agree with everything she says. Yeah, exactly, Kirby. I watch a lot of people. I don't agree with everything they say, though. No surgery, no medication, just working lower calories and exercising. Good for him. Seriously.
Yeah, I feel like I got the bypass surgery because I'm just not hungry lately. It's
That could be
honestly
his
kind of cool,
hormones.
but yeah, I'm gonna eat these, and we're still gonna be under 1,800, I believe, because the beef I only did what,
I know, right,
2.3
BJ?
ounces, and just has like one of those Velveeta slices, some low fat sour cream. I mean, that's it really. But
Oh, Yulia, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like, I don't like people to eat a ton on camera, so this is not my favorite right now, and I apologize.
what's up, guys? Doing a little check-in on Wednesday. This week I've been really good calorie wise. Like honestly, a little scarily good. I think one day was like 1,500, the other day was 1,600. I just haven't been hungry, but I do got local pizza, some ranch on the side here.
I don't know. Look, you can make healthy pizza, you can make healthy tacos, you can make a healthy walking taco. You can use real chips and make a healthy walking taco. You know, I was willing to give him a pass on the barbecue because it's summertime and I mean barbecue, it's barbecue season, y'all. I mean, I'm not going to judge people for that. But then the next thing we have is a walking taco even though we're not hungry, and then what do you say at 2 in the morning we had now granted he only had 2 tacos at 2 in the morning, but we don't know what time this is on Wednesday and he's having 2 slices of pizza with some ranch. And he did put the calories up on that, and it is going to cost him 1,000 calories, and he's appears to be keeping around 1,800. I mean, you can eat not great food and stay under your calorie limit, but no one wants to buy diet popcorn. How do you make popcorn diet? Like, do you just not put salt and butter on it? I mean, popcorn has like no calories. I mean, it has some calories, but it's incredibly low, especially if you don't doctor it up. Um, yeah, Jesse, yeah. Taco salad sounds good. Yeah, I'm not really here for the eating. All right, hang on.
Just because, like, I don't know if you could tell, but every time I've been doing my weigh-ins, the number changes. So I was like, let me just do it Monday. Obviously, I didn't record it or anything, because it wasn't like an official weigh-in. I just wanted to test to see if it'll give me the same number twice, and it did. What I think the problem is when I'm recording, I have my phone in front of the scale, and if you notice in my weigh-ins, I kind of adjust my feet a little bit, and I think that's what's resulting in my weight like slightly changing, like a pound, because I did it without recording, obviously.
Now, surprisingly, your phone weighs more than you think it does. Because I've weighed myself holding my phone and I've weighed myself without my phone, and it has shifted my weight by an appreciable amount. Not a whole pound, but enough that I was like, oh, it's enough that if you're close to a pound, it'll nudge you over, you know? So don't weigh yourself with your phone or always weigh yourself with your phone. The key is consistency. So, but as far as I understand, maybe when you're this big, he's a lot bigger than I am. And he's also a dude, so that's going to go hand in hand. But maybe when you're this much larger, the positioning of your feet does affect your overall scale reading, but I have not found that to be true for myself, but that's me. I weigh myself on my scale here at home, and then there's a scale at the gym that I use, and they give me separate readings. They give me 2 different readings, but I do weigh myself on 2 different scales, and it doesn't seem to matter how I stand. Now, what I'm holding, that's a whole other story. What I'm wearing, that will change things. Oh no, Smug, I'm sorry. You really haven't mismatched. I promise. Bones are surprisingly heavy. He might be shifting his weight to take the pics, yeah. Remove the corn and just have the pop. Ew. I don't like goat garlic breath. Otherwise, I would totally agree with you. I've had it. I don't like it. It's too bony. Flavor-wise, I don't have anything against it. I don't like all the bones. Amanda, that's awful. Um, Cowboy Dog, it's called Elf and Lighting, I promise you. 19 chins and counting, that's funny. Yeah, I try to weigh myself first thing after obviously you go to the Badenzimmer, but I don't really. I've been tracking my weight every day only because I wanted to see what the trend line looked like, and to do that you need at least daily-ish data. So, but honestly, I don't really care. Yes, if your scale is not on a flat surface, it will screw up the readings. Yeah, so if you weigh yourself on like a tile, like Miki, I think is the name. Miki's saying if you weigh yourself on one surface, like a wooden floor, and then move it to tile, it will give you two different readings. So again, consistency. Always weigh yourself in the same place at the same-ish time in the same way.
And it was the same. I had solid footed in, and I was actually down some weight already, and it was Monday. So I was really happy to see. Yeah, I was down some weight and TMI, but I also had to use the bathroom afterwards, so I would have been even down even more. So I'm excited for the weigh-in this week. Yo, what is up, YouTube? We got the Aldi pizza. And I do apologize because you guys are seeing 2 pizza clips in a row.
Okay. Yes, I have seen the Halo Glow. I have the Halo Glow Elf Foundation add-in. That's not what I'm wearing today though. I'll talk about this at 4. I've got it's their new foundation. I really like it. It has like a velvety after effect. So, like I've got their watermelon highlighter, and then I got their Halo Glow blush. And I think I put it on right. Don't judge me, I don't know. But this is the foundation, and it just gives you this really nice soft, just gives you a really nice soft look. I really like it. But yes, and I do use their setting spray. All of my makeup is e.l.f. right now. I'm just really enjoying their line.
Is going to be on track. I got it.
All right.
But this is the Aldi.
So we had tacos at 2 o'clock. I don't remember what the calories were for that. He had pizza for the first dish meal. That was around 1,000 calories. He's eating this pizza for lunch. That's another 1,000, almost 1,100 calories here.
Pizza. All right.
I'm not liking
pretty
this.
good. I mean, the peppers, the beef, obviously it depends on here, but there's on the agenda top. Yeah, we're still gonna be on gold today. Might be on a little bit of a higher end, but definitely still in weight loss territory. This week should be really good for weight loss. Like, if I don't lose weight tomorrow, it has to be, the math is mathing for once, so you're gonna want to see the weigh-in. Yeah, I'll check in with you guys when I go for my walk.
The charmer. I mean, he is down weight from the very first picture from 5 months ago. So I don't know what his weight is.
Not the awkward walking shot. I try so hard not to look at camera when I do those. But yeah, we're on our walk.
Oh.
It's late, honestly. I fell asleep on accident. Damn it. This is the last one before the weigh-in. So, let's try to get this done. And pretty much all I have to add. Editor's drive here. Apparently the clip I recorded for the calorie calendar, like, something, it corrupted or something.
I hate this, but he's really giving off Amberlynn vibes. I hate that. I do. I hate that for him. I hate that that's how I feel about this. I don't want that to be true. I don't. Not getting good vibes, I guess, is kind of where I'm going with this. I feel like if you have to wait a few days, but what do I know? Math is debatable. It's all theoretical.
So yeah, let's go over few days here.
All right, so it looks like he's tracking his daily calories. Maybe he's trying to stay under 25. I don't know. Because he's got a couple days where he's well over 26. Well, there's one day he's over 26, to be fair. Come on, mouse. Bonk. All right. Did he say it was Wednesday? Yeah, it looks like he forgot to record some days. I mean, fair. I'm not going to judge somebody for that. All right, so his... This video, sorry, I should have told you guys this. This video is 2 weeks old, so he's 2 weeks behind us currently, and whatever lag he's got going with his videos, I don't know. But the last recorded weight he has is 367. But it looks like he started the month of May. There we go. At 371. What is that? There's a bird outside my window. Being a bird. All right, so he's lost 4 pounds since that week. So that's about 2 pounds a week. That's not insane. That's actually pretty good. We can argue he could probably lose more weight. We really could argue that. But honestly, I think a 2 pound loss a week is pretty good. I'm not gonna... Is he giving Boogie vibes? I don't watch Boogie enough. Where I record the eating. I don't think every person that eats on camera is necessarily pandering to feeders. I think when they're, I think that's pandering to feeders. But I don't really know the culture that well, so. That's true. He's not gaining. And I have no idea what his weight was last month. So.
It was a pretty good week. I mean, you guys saw on these 2 days that we remained around 1800. And then on a Saturday, we did 1980. And we had a not so bad Sunday. We went slightly over at 2,559. Then we had pretty low days. We had a 1503 and a 1619. And then I think this was the day I had the pizza, Wednesday. And it was like a little high. 2,650, honestly, still not bad. And then we had 1983 and then 2193. So overall, a pretty kick-ass week in terms of calories.
I'd like to know what his range is because he obviously has a pretty high threshold. I get that he's trying to stay around 1800. That's fine. But, you know, he was like, this is kind of high. So he's obviously got a high threshold set for himself. To be fair, if he was close to 400. So even cutting his calories to 2,500, probably he's going to drop weight in general. So even that kind of a calorie cut's good for him. I just would like to see him eating better food. So I think he knows that too. Just going off of his facial expression. I don't know a lot about him, so I'm just using like basic stuff. But he does look like he's a little like, kind of, you know how you are. Few hundred isn't a little over. Well, that's why I kind of want to know what his range is, Femery, because maybe for him it is a little over, you know? Maybe it's the physical resemblance. Yeah, I'm not going to judge somebody just because he looks like Boogie. I mean, again, I don't follow Boogie, so I don't actually know what he looks like. And Abby, I'm very sorry that your GI tract is being a butt monkey. You yell at that and tell it to get back on shape. Yeah, I mean, he's a little slow. I don't like all the eating. But, I mean, he's kind of giving off train wreck vibes. I mean, I hate to be like that, but hey. He is losing weight, though. I mean, he's not gaining. So that's a good thing. What's his channel name? This is Strive for Change. Hopefully you guys can see it in the little thingamajigger. It might be too small, though. I don't know. What do you guys think so far? We're about halfway through the video. What do you guys think? I'm going to speed him up again, though. I don't actually... Now that I know what's going on, I don't really want to spend too much time on it. Let's go!
I'm working on an even better one right now as we speak. So
All right.
hope everyone enjoys.
All right, here we go. 361 2. Pause. All right, excuse me. So he's counting his entire month. Don't care. That's good. That's good. All right. I mean, actually, from May 18th till May 25th, yeah, he dropped 6 pounds. All right. Which means overall, yeah, he's down 10 pounds for the month of May. I'd like to see him eat better, just because I think in general he'd feel better. But shit, dude. All right. And May's not over yet. He's still got what? 6 days left in May. He's still got a week left in May. So can't be mad at the guy. Oh, he does it twice. Look at him. Dear Amber, please take notes. So much.
Hopefully the audio quality's good. But
Sir. Dude. Come on. Just... Could you not? At some point, your weight loss is going to plateau. Maybe not anytime soon. But at some point, your weight loss is going to plateau. And this is going to be why. The pizza, the tacos, this Frosty or Blizzard, whatever. I don't know where he's eating it from. It looks like a Dairy Queen. Yeah, no, he got me. He got me with the clickbait. I got him. It looks like he tries to walk some garlic breath, so... Would you say imperfect consistency? Imperfect consistency is better than being perfect for 2 days and then giving up. That's fair. That is true. He did have some off days and he just kept trucking, so... There's a lot of positive things to say here. I do wish he'd eat better.
we had like over a 5-pound loss this week. I'm celebrating. I wanted to try this so bad. I shouldn't have the grandma's recipe McFlurry.
Oh, it's that McFlurry. All right, I've gotten myself to the point when I see McDonald's, it just kind of go, ugh. So that took a bit. That took a lot of like mental training, though. I'm not gonna lie.
You guys know I don't like sweets, but I don't know. I haven't had a McFlurry in, oh my god, it has to be like over like possibly 4 years.
That's the link to the current video. Okay, we're still good. I thought I pushed the wrong button. That's the link to the current video. If you do that, you can go to his channel. If I saw some of you asking, so I posted it for you because I'm a good reactor.
I'm in the car. It's raining outside. I was gonna go for a walk, but yeah, my window down and people could probably hear me. But so I want to talk about why I never joined the fat acceptance movement, and it's kind of simple. I just always wanted to lose weight. I never just wanted to be complacent. Like even in my lowest of lows, even obviously when I was like gaining like crazy, I just always knew the end goal was to lose. And that movement's really anti like weight loss, diet. What's up, guys? We're back home. I got interrupted, but as I was saying,
Okay.
never got into the fat acceptance movement because I always wanted to lose weight. I am not anti-diet. I think we got to where we are because our dietary choices aren't the best, so we kind of need a diet change. I'm not saying you have to do a fad diet. I'm not saying you have to do anything crazy, any specific thing, but you do need a dietary change. Like, and fuck what society says. That never really influenced me. I always thought I need to be healthy. I feel like shit. Probably because of my weight. Probably. It's at least a big portion of that. So yeah. Not really one for the fat acceptance movement. I do think one of the principles that is good is that you should love and embrace yourself no matter what size you are. I think that's a great thing to like reinforce into people. The thing is for having fat acceptance in the name, they're not so accepting because once someone starts losing weight, I'm not saying every member or subscriber, if you will, attacks people, but they get mad. And it's weird because why does it matter if someone's like 100 pounds overweight or 150 pounds overweight? You know, they should still fall under fat acceptance. They still have fat. They still probably have body image issues. So why why do you get so mad when someone in the movement's trying to lose weight? Like, you know,
Why
they
you
still
mad,
should
bro?
follow the principles and I don't know, be nice to people, be accepting of people. It's just so weird. They get so triggered when they see people's weight loss transformations and stuff. But it's like, okay, if you're getting triggered, that's on you. If you are comfortable in your body, like you say you are, why do you care if other people are losing weight? How does that affect your life? I don't get it. I really don't get it. I mean, I do agree there is discrimination against big people. I've definitely, as you guys could tell by my story time, I definitely felt that. But
I'm not going to say there isn't discrimination against fat people. I just feel like, personally, I feel like it's more of a you problem and less of an us problem. So I do kind of wonder, like, how many times, I'm not trying to diss this guy. I'm really not. I know it's going to come out sounding like I am, but I'm really not. But I just wonder how many times people felt like they were getting dissed or felt like they were getting discriminated against because they were fat, when it was really just a them perception and nothing was actually occurring. Like, maybe you just weren't qualified, you know, or something like that. Like, if you apply for a job and you didn't get it, I know a lot of people, like, initially are like, well, it must have been something, you know, they must have not liked something about me. And it's like, maybe you're just not the best candidate. I mean, sometimes it's just that simple. Probably most of the time, it's just that simple. So I do just kind of wonder how many times people feel like they're being discriminated against because of their weight. And it's really, you're just so self conscious about your own weight and your own appearance at that weight that you feel like everybody's discriminating against you, when in reality, that's not what's happening at all. So, I mean, this guy's got other reasons to worry about discrimination. So, I really don't think his weight's probably his biggest problem when it comes to that particular area of life. So, you don't have to work hard to sell me on that one. Um, I don't know. I mean, his stance on fat acceptance is what it is. Like, they are, they do have cult thinking. They don't like it when other members lose weight. I think the other thing I wanted to say is, somebody said men are more honest with themselves when it comes to fat acceptance, and I think the reasoning for that is whether you agree with me or not, diet culture is real, and it targets women. It doesn't really target men. Men can get sucked into it, so I'm not saying that doesn't happen, but the target audience for diet culture is women. And so women feel it more. Um those of us who can be like, fuck you, I don't care, that's fine. But especially when you're young, it's, you're not over that needing validation from other people yet, you know? People in their 20s and their 30s and their early 30s especially, they're still worried about what other people think. They're still worried about fitting in. They're still worried about finding their place in society and that kind of thing. And I mean, that's understandable. It's how we operate. You know, it doesn't matter what culture you're from. That occurs. So it's harder to not feel it when you're younger. But once, I don't know, I stopped really giving a shit when I turned 37. So, you know, things to look forward to. But I mean, you're 37 too. So, things to look forward to. That's just what I'm saying. Um, you've been told you sold fat people down the river. Wow, you understand where that term comes from, right? I don't think you did. He and Quirky could be siblings. Maybe. I don't. I love Quirky. Don't get me wrong. Quirky comments on my stuff all the time. And actually, there's I think she did a clothing haul I was thinking about looking at. So, do we know his name? I don't know his name. His channel name is just Strive for Change. I don't watch a lot of ALR, but his mannerism, speech patterns remind you of her. Yeah, I don't know where he's located, and I was kind of wondering the same thing. Yeah, people are hyper aware of their insecurities and perceived shortcomings. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a lot of women saw the. I got a little bit lucky in that when my mom decided she wanted to go on a life-changing health journey, she became a competitive bodybuilder. So that was my introduction to diet culture. Um, And I mean that in a positive way. Like she was like, no, we're eating meat. And I was like, okay, I guess we eat steak now. So that I didn't I didn't get one of those moms that was like, oh, you're too fat, let's go on Jenny Craig, or oh, you're too fat, let's start doing diet pills, or oh, you're too fat, it's nothing but cabbage stew from here on out. I didn't get that. My mom did criticize my weight a lot, but I didn't get fad diet mom, I guess is my thing. I know a lot of people did. So I know I got lucky there. Um Yeah, Alicia knows what you're talking about. There's just something magical about 35 to 37 where you just start seeing behind the curtain and you're just like, okay, wait. Most of my life problems are of my own making. So, yeah, things to look forward to. It's hard. It's hard when you're in your 20s, man. Longer than I meant to be. I had a long weekend and I had a great weekend, but it's not the Salem trip, so I was like, oh shit. It's just that time of year. You survived the 80s and 90s with a big booty. Oh yeah. I come from a long line of the ghetto booty. And I do mean the ghetto booty. Swole Mama Blue. My mom, she did figure, not bikini. Yeah, she had like a whole weight set up in the basement. She did that for, I want to say, about 2 years. She never placed or anything, but she did compete at least once. Um, yeah, she got buff and then gave it up. And then she just quit. So, and it's fine, whatever. You do you. Yeah, I never had to do the slim fast thing. Never did the excessive cardio. I'm sorry your grandmother did what she did to you, Alicia, but I mean, 160 at 15 is a bit much. I'm not defending your grandmother. I got up to, when I was roughly your age, I think I got to 170. And I'm only 5 foot. So that was a lot of weight. You're more lovable when you're skinny? That's all right. That's unfortunate. I'm very sorry about that. I know some people have very toxic relationships with dieting and their mothers. That's kind of proving my point with the whole like diet culture is specifically targeted at women. It's not only that it's targeted at women, it teaches women to target women. So, like, honestly, your mothers, here, just think of it this way. Your mothers probably weren't being absolute jerks to you. They were probably trying to show you how much they cared. People make mistakes. And unfortunately, they're just as much of a victim of diet culture as we are. So, and that's going to be it's going to be the end of that conversation. But anyway, bye, Christina. I was a latchkey kid. Yes. I like defined the term latchkey kid. Our house got broken into twice when I was a kid, and both times I was the one that discovered it. So that was fun. I got very lucky though. I'm very lucky. My next door neighbors were Hell's Angels. So I would just go over to their house after the house got broken into, and then the husband of the family would go over to my house to make sure it was safe afterwards. I never knew if he found anybody. Yeah, it's obviously different. At 5'8", at 15, I'm going to take your word for it. I'm going to take your word for it, Alicia, because I honestly don't know off the top of my head, but I do know at 5 foot, 179 was not acceptable. It does. It teaches women to target women. One of the reasons, okay, y'all can fight with me on this one. One of the reasons why the feminist movement does not succeed as much as other movements do is because society is very, very good at teaching women to attack other women. Like, it's just ingrained, at least here in the States. So it's like a crabs in the bucket kind of thing. There are women out there that once they see other women doing well, suddenly she's the C word, or she's a bitch, or she's controlling, or she's insufferable, when in reality, she's just assertive. And if she was a guy, that would be perfectly acceptable. But society teaches us to drag other women down. Molly. Yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about, though. Like, your mom's trying to put you on a diet, but then gives you double portions at dinner. Food is love. You know? We get these mixed messages. You got like a whole story going on here, Molly, and I missed half of it. Yeah, cherry spectacles, that's a thing too. Like your mom, a lot of us came from families that just don't cook. And so we don't have, again, very lucky, come from a family that did enjoy cooking. So I do know how to cook. I just don't like to sometimes. Not Chantel level, but well, there's that. Like I don't know what it's like to be 8 inches taller than me, honestly. It's not something I've ever been. I've always been short. Your sister's the same, but she's 5'1". Well, yeah, I would hope well, I was kind of reacting to this as I read it, Fandema. You and Alicia? Okay, yeah, you and Alicia know what you're talking about. All right. Hello, cute little freckle. Yeah, it's unfortunate, Brioche, yeah. Hello, Theo. Eat, boy, eat. All right, I got caught up in the chat. I know what this guy's on about. I might do a full reaction to him later. I just kind of wanted to see what he was like. What time is it? 12:12? Yeah, we're good. I have a schedule today. Where are we on our schedule? Kind of want to see. Yeah, we're good. Kind of want to see some of these other videos that we were talking about. Oh, thank you, Christian. I appreciate that. Wait, I know how to do this. There we go. Thank you. Yes, watch all of my videos. I am going to subscribe because I know this isn't his most recent video. His most recent video is 23 hours old. Stopping on an off-track week. See, that's interesting. Weighing in, trying the Vital Keto Flatbread recipe. I think I might... And a grocery haul. I think I might do a reaction to that one. But here he is eating Taco Bell. Because that's Taco Bell right there. And that one's from last week. How often does he post? That's a week ago. That's 2 weeks ago. That's 2 weeks ago. Oh, looks like he took Ozempic. Because he's got an Ozempic horror story, so. I know it doesn't agree with a lot of people. That's from 3 weeks ago. Looks like he puts out at least one video a week. When he's eating ramen here. That looks good, but it's still a fried chicken sandwich. These things are terrible. I don't like them at all. I don't like them. All right. So I think I'll do a full reaction to this video later. Maybe for the Salem trip. The current BMI scale. I can't help but think the ideal overweight numbers were set. They're not set on... Lee, if you... I don't know how to defend the BMI, honestly. The BMI is not set on dietary structures. It's based on averages. And so... More picking up weights and kettlebells. I can't get too much. I mean, I do watch obese women on on the computer and make videos about them. So I don't really know where I fall in that slot there. All right. Being perfectly aware of my apparent hypocrisy. But I will say, she pisses me off. I don't like beauty pageants to begin with. So Probably anything and everything he's going to say in this video is going to make me mad. Cynical Dude's one of the people that I watch that I don't necessarily agree with everything he has to say. I think he goes off on tangents that he just doesn't have enough knowledge of sometimes. Like, he loves to lay into mental health. And I'm just like, dude, I'm glad that losing weight fixed all your problems, but that's not everybody's story and you need to stop. But, all right. I think those were the 3 big ones. Let's see.
And
No, start. All right, we got Fat Acceptance, we've got Secret Eaters, we've got Megan Ann, hers specifically where we're going to do Glitter and Lasers. So let's get that queued up.
Blessa and I are working.
Queued up. Who do I want to watch first? Really like Secret Eaters just because I really like the show. I wish they do something like that here. I guess if I don't get to these today, like in this live, I can do it later at the 4 o'clock one, but. Yeah, skinny people get depression too. I mean, they do. I need to do another video on the BMI scale. It's not that simple though. Lee, because you've got the background to understand it. Just, I don't know how to put this without sounding terrible. If you did a deeper dive on it, I'd be very interested to know your thoughts on it, I guess is what I want to say. Because you have a different background than me, so you would definitely see it a different way than I would. So I would be very interested in your opinion of the BMI after doing a deep dive. I completely understand that you don't want to do that, so don't feel like you need to do that. I'm just interested because I have thoughts, but that's just how that shit works. Yeah, Dunning-Kruger is the less you know, the more you think you know. And I try to be very cognizant of my Dunning-Kruger effect. I mean, everybody suffers from it, so. Which video? The Glitter and Lasers history lesson? I think I'm going to save this one, actually, because I wanted to do not the girls. So I think I want to do the Ozempic story here instead. Also, I really like Sam's videos. I like Sam more than I like Anna. Or Megan Ann, sorry. But speaking of which, ding. Alright. I used to really like Whoopi Goldberg. She's kinda off and on with me right now. But you're just saying the human defined boundaries of categories seem off. But they've adjusted it. They adjusted it in the, I can't remember. I think it was the 70s. So it's been a minute. Don't get me wrong. You are correct there. I'm not saying you're not correct. I'm not saying you're not correct. I'm just saying we're bouncing things back and forth with each other. So please don't take that as me being like, "Rrr." It's not. This is my thinking face. Yeah, the ideal BMI does vary by ethnicity as I understand it. However, I have also been told that doing things like, what was it? Shoot, what's the name of that thingy where you go and they like actually basically like measure your muscle density and your bone density and your fat density. They basically take a picture of the actual densities of the various layers of your body. That's way more accurate for obvious reasons. So, and when you compare that to the BMI is actually putting people at being less obese than they actually are. So in that aspect, the BMI is off because people are actually fatter. But that's the thing with the BMI. It's not actually measuring fat, it's measuring weight. And with the BMI, because it's just a mathematical equation, your weight can come from anywhere. It can come from muscle, it can come from fat. Like muscle, big muscle dudes, bodybuilders, and that kind of thing, they have very high BMIs as well because their overall body mass is high because they have a high weight because they have so much muscle on them. So DEXA, thank you. Yes, the DEXA scan. From what I understand, the DEXA scan, the DEXA scan is like the way to go. So if you want to know. The two of you did that perfectly. Adama and Leo Shadow, or Theo Shadow. I saw you. I saw the two of you. So, Whoopi lost me when she didn't know what women's suffrage was? Okay, I missed that. All right. But yeah, so if we're having that discussion about the BMI being off, apparently it is off. So I'd like to see them sit down and readjust it again, because I think if the last time they did any kind of update on it was in the 70s, I mean, it's like the 20s, the 2020s now, soon to be the 2030s. I mean, I feel like it's time. I feel like it's time to update it maybe a little bit, maybe some, or to at least look at it again and, you know, reevaluate it. But I mean, that would be from the 70s till today. That would be 40, almost 50 years? 50 years without an update? Yeah, I feel like it's time. You did the DEXA scan once and it was very humbling. I figure mine would be as well. I'm under no illusions. Oh. DEXA put you at a high... Yeah, that's what I'm hearing from the difference between the DEXA and the BMI is that DEXA will... You have a higher body fat percentage than you think you do. So... Yeah, it definitely needs an update. I have heard that the hip to waist ratio is a better indicator of overall health, which is what the BMI is supposed to be trying to do. And that is not maybe the best use of it. Your BMI is on the cusp of 31. You're just stocky and not obese. Well, I mean, I don't know what 15 kg is because I'm an American and we don't use that system, Theo. Thank you. No, I'm kidding. I could probably do the math if I wanted to. I don't think the BMI is off for what it's trying to do. I think people use the BMI for things that it is not meant for, especially people outside of the medical community. They try to make the BMI mean more than it does. And it doesn't necessarily mean everything. So, oh, well, we're both trying to lose the same amount then. There we go. Yeah, exactly. Bodybuilders are at the risk of the same risk and the same disorders as obese people because of their weight. That's what I'm saying about the BMI. It doesn't care where the weight comes from. It just cares about your weight versus your height. Okay, then horse and rider wellness. Yeah, you're talking about your overall body. And see, there's the difference. Like, the DEX is going to tell you what your exact, or the exact, I don't know, body fat is. BMI doesn't. There's no way for the BMI to know. It doesn't measure that. But for somebody like, but for people like Theo and I, like, we're not bodybuilder. I don't know. I'm not a bodybuilder. I don't need to know my exact body fat percentage because it doesn't matter. Yeah, Alan's mentioned how having too much muscle is bad for your heart. Ilona from Chikara Transformations talks about it. She's talks about how some of the bodybuilders that she's known have needed CPAP machines. So it's weight. It's just the weight. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and but now I want to pronounce her name Fadama, and I don't even think that's right. But yeah, again, The BMI is not your waist measurement. It's not your clothing size either. That's your hip to waist ratio. Well, that would be your waist ratio, I guess. If you're a 36 in the waist, you wear a 36 in pants. Typically, unless you're wearing women's sizes, and God only knows what your size is. You come at this from the view that body fat isn't an inherently bad thing. True. If it's not causing health problems. True. And I wonder if the current divisions are affecting the quality of research. I don't disagree. I would just be very disappointed if people who are doing health research are only using the BMI. I would like to think that they're using multiple forms of measurement, or at least two, because I feel like unless the goal is to simply study the BMI, I feel like using only one form of measurement when doing health studies like that is just lazy research. I feel like that's bad research. That's my opinion on the matter of that. I think if you're doing an overall health exam, health research, you have to have multiple forms of measurement because, you know, as we've been talking about, the BMI is not going to tell you body fat percentage. And having too little body fat's bad for you, and having too much body fat's bad for you, you know? Which is what you said here, so I'm only reiterating what Lee said. Everybody read Lee's comment. But the point is that, yeah, unless the goal of the study is literally to look at the BMI, and even then, you need something to compare it to. So I feel like if you're doing a research study at that level, and you're only using the BMI, I think you're doing a disservice to the research. So the hip to waist ratio is good because of visceral fat. Yeah, I have heard that is a better way of, especially with women. I don't know so much for men, but I've heard that the hip to waist ratio is better with women for overall health because of just, you know, we tend to be hippie. So you have the average amount of muscle for a guy. Yeah, that's why I kind of had to. I was like, I don't know, maybe Theo is trying to bulk up. I don't know. That's a guy thing. That's what men do, right? Right, exactly. Like how the data says that drinking some alcohol, and they do tend to, and that's the other thing. Like those studies that have studied the effects of alcohol, you know, they usually give you a percentage of how much or a measurement of how much alcohol is good for you. But then it gets out into the general public and they're like, drink wine. It's good for your heart. And you've got people drinking whole bottles of wine because, oh, it's good for me. It's like, no, that's not anywhere near close to what the study said. So. Which is partly an artifact of the fact that the no alcohol group correlate. Well, yeah, I mean, like, the damage is done with them. Exactly. And so, but I feel like, personal feelings, I feel like if the research that was being done with that didn't take former alcoholics into account, because again, as you said, damage done from the past from being a former alcoholic, I feel like if you, the researcher, not Lee, didn't take that into consideration with the research, that's bad research. It's bad research. I think if there's no way in hell that you could possibly logically believe that someone who's never drank before in their life and like a recovered alcoholic are going to have the exact same like spot on health. Like that's just not true. I mean, it's just not true. And so to treat the two of them as if they are identical would be terrible. Dex is nice. It breaks down by region. What is size measure? Gut microbiome is fascinating. Good studies do look at multiple measurements, but there's also a lot of stuff out there that just looks at basic data sets without context. Yeah, see, that's just shitty science. That's fine. That's fine to do if you're like me and you're just doing something quick for a YouTube video, or like, I don't know, you're starting off in college and you're just asked to do a fast research paper. Like, it's a good way to start, but that isn't by no means, that shouldn't be the final form of research. And yes, that is definitely the publish or perish model. That is the downside to it. No, Lee has had very legitimate complaints. 100% agree. All right. That is true. Every job does have people who suck at their jobs. I've worked with several of them. No, I will not name names. You wouldn't know who they were anyway. But yeah, all right. Who's ready for some Sam? Who's ready for Sam? Did I have her speed? I will speed her up, unfortunately. Sorry. I love Sam to death. She talks a little slow.
I didn't know that I was going to be this annoyed, but I really, really am.
I'm excited to be annoyed.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My
Hi.
name is Sam, and I'm super happy to have all of you here with me again this week. If you are new here, and this is the first time you are seeing my face, welcome. I make weekly videos dissecting internet nonsense.
Hello, Dolce de Corgi. And thank you. Yes, I appreciate the compliment on my makeup. I spent a whole half hour doing it. Can you tell?
So if you're into that type of thing, or you like today's video, I hope that you'll consider liking and subscribing. It really helps out the channel, and make sure you never miss another upload from me. Alright everyone, I need you.
Okay, you guys liked it when I did this last time, so here, let me do that thing again. Here's the link to the actual video. If you guys don't know who Sam at Every Size is, there's a link to the video that we're currently watching, and again, you can just follow the links to get to Sam's actual web.
You to just do me a quick little favor and think back to just a couple of weeks ago where I did a video sharing some of the most unhinged vault clips that I had tucked away because they didn't really have a home in any of my other longer form videos. Within that video, you'll remember there was a creator we covered who goes by Datura Jones on TikTok, and I think most of you will remember because I thought she was saying that she was drinking. She was saying shrinking. I listened to that video a bazillion times, and every single time I heard drinking, but you, with your eagle ears, were like, Sam, she's clearly saying shrinking. Thank you for shouting that at me in the comment section. I was like, oh god, they're right, and I stand corrected. Anyway, the whole point of her video...
I've never even been to Canada. That doesn't mean I don't have family up there. I might. I don't know. I don't know who Lauren Toyota is. But if her last name is actually Toyota, we are definitely not related. Okay, so here's the thing with the Discord. I don't want to be responsible for a Discord. Like that's basically what that comes to. I have been, if Nerfy is still accepting people into their Discord, I do recommend going to Nerfy's Discord, and someday I will get a link to it. But Nerfy has a pretty healthy one going on. I dip in there, and if you at me, I will see it. But I am on Discord, if that makes sense. You can do all kinds of stuff on Discords, Kirby. I love Discord as a social platform. I just do not want to be the one in charge of one because I have been in charge of them in the past, and they're just a lot of effort, and it's very easy to just get overwhelmed by them, and I did not enjoy it. Degrassi after show thing. Well, yeah, we're not related then if her last name's Toyota. I have heritage in a lot of places, but that's not that area. What I like about Sam is she's always eager to correct the record. Yes. Well, Sam and I come from a similar background. Sam's background, I believe, is in history. Mine comes out of anthropology, but they're adjacent fields for obvious reasons. And Sam definitely carried her academic rigor with her into her regular life. I like to feel like I did the same thing. Versus just a pinned comment. What are you asking? Oh, I see what you're saying. Never mind. Never been in one, but I'd love to be able to share links and resources. You know what? Like I said, I'm gonna go live again at... Is Nerfy still live? Hang on real fast. Nope, that's not gonna work. Well, yeah, it will, I think. Nerfy. I think that's right. I could be wrong. Nope, not nerdy. I spelled it right. I know. You want to correct me. Now that's not going to get me where I want to go. All right. Wait. This will. Okay. I'm not screen sniping. I'm going to turn this off. I'm not sniping. How do I do this? Shit, quick. There we go. Oh, here's her Discord. I'm going to copy that, and then I'm going to ask very nicely Can I share your Discord link in my chat? Discord. That's not even how you spell it. And now we wait. And while we wait, I think Diary's on it. I'm 90% sure she'll say yes, but it's entirely possible she'll say no. So I don't want to like share it without asking. This has been a very exciting stream. See, this is what happens when I do research. I get incredibly distracted by other things, and we'll come back to that. Let's do this. Let's do this while we're waiting for an answer.
Was her calling for stricter laws around fat phobia because she was worried about the age of Ozempic and what that would mean for fat people. She was calling Ozempic a cure for fatness, and I mentioned that's something I've not really heard other people say before, but she was subtly implying.
I have. So I do have to disagree with Sam on that one, but that's only because I have actually heard people say that. It is a public Discord, but I don't want to, it is Nerfy's Discord, and I don't want to just assume. So, like, if you went to Nerfy's stream, there's a link to it on Nerfy's stream, but this isn't Nerfy's stream, so I want to make sure.
That the age of Ozempic was going to lead to the complete erasure of fat people. You know, the G word, the one I can't say for fear the YouTube gods will strike down my channel where I sit. She was subtly implying that, and to me, that was wildly outrageous and one of the reasons that I held on to that clip. Since I dropped that video, the algorithm has been out.
Lee, you are not a terrible distraction. Believe me, nobody in this chat has ever been a terrible distraction except for one dude, and I kicked him really early. Sam's audio is not working. It's loud. Let me
algorithming, and it sent me another creator who does actually believe the things that Tara Jones was saying, and she takes it one step further. So today we're going to look at her claims.
All right, I adjusted it. Let me know if that's better. I'm not trying to kill people's earbuds over here. Earbuds? Drums, eardrums. We have eardrums. We wear earbuds.
That this era of Ozempic is going to lead to that complete erasure of fat people. Let's get right into it.
So y'all know my thing is all about making the connections where I feel like the connections are not being made.
Maybe, just maybe they're not being made for a reason, because the connections she's about to make are just
thing is all about making the connections.
Ah, stop it. Ozempic equals fat phobia, ethnic cleansing, and genocide. I really need people to quit doing this. I really, really need people to quit doing this. There is no way in fucking hell that we live in a society that this generation does not understand the difference between... Do you not understand what ethnic cleansing is? Do you not understand what actual genocide is? I need you to stop. I really fucking need you to stop. It's so aggravating. I said I was eager to get triggered. Here we are. Yay! That didn't take long. Let's see. Haley said yes, but I don't know if that was a answer to my question. And Tiny, share your Discord. Hey! Murphy said I can. Yay! Thank you. Thank you, Murphy, and Everyone. Okay, cool. I'm going to leave that up because I am notorious for shut up. Especially once I get spicy. Ear bums. I mean, what would be your ear bum? All right, this is the link to Nerfy's Discord. It should be the link to Nerfy's Discord. It's the one she's got up on her live right now. So for those of you interested, and I do believe she's got a section already set up in there for sharing links and especially for research purposes. So, because Nerfy does a lot of deep dives. So I'm pretty sure Nerfy would appreciate the links as well. So there's that. But yes, I've just been funneling people that direction. I mean, why reinvent the wheel, right? So also Mr. Snowflake hangs out in there. Jimmy Bunker hangs out in there. I lurk. There's a bunch of other people in there that you would recognize who lurk in there as well. So bad listeners have ear bumps. That is true. See, but that's at least with Holocaust deniers. I'm sure I'm getting hit now. Like, I'm not defending them, but like, they have an agenda. Like, their agenda is to deny that that ever occurred because that screws with their ideology, right? These people are unironically equating these two things with dieting, with using Ozempic, with losing weight. Somehow, losing weight is eliminating entire racial groups of people. No one has died because of a diet. Well, okay, hang on. Let me walk that back. That's not what I'm trying to say. What am I trying to say? Your doctor telling you to lose weight because you're too fat and you're unhealthy is not the same as doctors forcibly sterilizing women of certain ethnic backgrounds because they were thought to be lower than white women. Okay? That's not the same thing. You're not being forced to do shit. Your doctor is suggesting you lose weight. Nobody's walking around holding you down and forcibly injecting you with Ozempic once a week. This isn't actually happening, nor will it ever. Do you guys remember the vaccines? Like, how many people didn't get vaccinated because they were terrified of the vaccines? Nobody went door to door vaccinating people, okay? That's not going to happen in this country, at least. So I need these people to stop. I just need these people to stop. But anyway. Oh, that looks great. Everybody watch me F with my hair. Da, 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 da. There we go. That's better. No, it's not, but whatever. We're done now. All right, onward. That was only 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So you guys ready for the rest of it?
Where I feel like the connections are not being made.
Maybe, just maybe, they're not being made for a reason. Because the connections she's about to make are, I'm just gonna shut up. I'm just gonna shut up. I'm not gonna pause it this fast again. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna let you hear what she has to say.
Oh.
Well, I was thinking, and this is in its nascent stages. Sorry, my face is itchy. This is in its nascent stages, so follow me. I was watching an interview of the Kelly Clarkson show where Kelly was interviewing Whoopi Goldberg, and Whoopi Goldberg was sharing that she is on Ozempic. And then Kelly Clarkson goes on to reveal that she's not on Ozempic, but she is on something similar. And they go on to talk about how their health was reaching a scary point, and Kelly Clarkson reveals that she was told that she's pre-diabetic, which, if anybody is unfamiliar, is not an uncommon thing to be told by medical professionals. It is
because you're pre-diabetic? Like, do you understand how prevalent diabetes, especially diabetes type 2, is, especially among the obese community? Like, there's a fucking reason it's connected to obesity. Putting it out there, you know, putting it out there. You sound like you're a college-educated woman. I need you to quit being stupid. I mean, I hate to be that rude, but I need you to stop now. Yeah, I know you were quickie. That's how they shut people down. It is a well-known fact that if you bring racial politics into any topic, do you guys remember the sugar tax on soda? They brought racial politics into that because they knew, they being the food companies, they knew if they did that, that would shut the conversation down because nobody wants to be racist. That's just the reality of the situation. But it is not racist to say that sugar is not good for you. There's nothing inherently racist about that statement. But they will still come for you because they want you to sound like a bad person, because if you're a bad person, whatever you have to say is invalid. So we are on a roller coaster. Yeah, this is why I get so mad at the fat acceptance community, because this is their tactic. They're using the same tactics that big food uses, which are the same tactics that the cigarette companies used and still use. And the reason why you hear the same rhetoric coming out of the fat acceptance and the health at every size communities is because they're funded. Here's where you put your tinfoil hats on. They're funded by big sugar and the food companies. All right, they're literally given money. They are on record. The food companies are on record for giving money to health influencers to literally say it's okay to eat sugar and to drink full sugar drinks. They are paying people to tell people like this that it is okay to be obese and that literal medical science is invalid because you're fifis. No, that's not how it works. I'm sorry that you don't believe in science, but science doesn't care. Yeah, exactly, Anais. They do think being fat is an ethnicity because they're stupid. I'm sorry. This is an ethnicity. This is an ethnicity. Fatness is not an ethnicity. There is no ethnicity on this planet that is inherently fat. It does not exist. Does not exist. Here's my deal. I've been called a racist by much better people. People who, when they called me that, it actually hurt. I know it's going to happen again in my lifetime, and I don't give a shit. The moralization. Yeah, the moralization that happens within fat acceptance rhetoric is why it's so hard to leave. It is one of the reasons why it's so hard to leave, and it's one of the reasons why they call it a cult. And the fact that the people inside the fat acceptance and haze can't see that aspect only kind of further reinforces the cult aspect of it. Like, they can't see through their own rhetoric. They're not a minority group, brosh. At least in the US, like, nearly 50% of the population is overweight. And like 47% of the population or more is classified as obese. Not just overweight, obese. This is where the BMI comes into play. So we can have that argument, but basically the argument comes down to, if the BMI is telling you you're obese, you're probably fatter than the BMI is telling you are. Yeah, exactly, Midori Gale. Which sucks for people who don't have water that they're substituting with Coca-Cola. And fuck Coca-Cola, because they could be sending bottled water down there and they're not. Yeah, exactly. Coke got caught giving their NAACP money, giving the NAACP money, and to get them to come out and say that being against sugar and soda was racist. And the NAACP did it. They did that. They took money from Coca-Cola specifically to say that sugar, knowing that it is wrong. They did that. So they willingly brought race politics into something that had nothing to do with it. The NAACP did that. They were like, yeah, sure, we'll take your money. Excuse me? Don't you have something to actually be doing? I'm sorry, that really pissed me off. Yeah, and most of the countries that are following suit with the being overweight thing are countries that have been infiltrated by the Western style diet and the Western style convenience foods and fast foods. Anywhere you see a McDonald's go, the obesity rate goes up at like pretty much in par with how many fast food restaurants go into a country. And then you get things like, who was it that was bringing it up? I think it was Brioche, that there are places, no, Midori is saying there's parts of Mexico where people don't have access to water, but they can have access to Coca-Cola. That's a thing. Why? Tell me that's not malicious. Okay? That that falls into categories that we're yelling at these people about. Anyway. It is legal bribery. Yeah, it is. It's legal. Yeah, and by attributing fatness to other minority groups is racist. It is racist to say that a minority group is inherently fat. That's like the definition of it. Yeah, the sad diet. All right, I'm so getting demonetized for this stream.
Is really just a hey, you might want to check in on this. Doesn't mean that you need to take a medication or start treating yourself for diabetes. It doesn't mean you have diabetes at all.
I swear, okay. Yes, pre-diabetes does not mean a person has diabetes. I feel like that's a given based on the fact that it's called pre-diabetes. Like, they named it differently on purpose. But what that does tend to mean is that there's some sort of blood test or other test result that's coming back that's leaving your doctor or their doctor feeling like we need to mention this. Because if something doesn't change, this person's patterns and habits and whatever they're doing could lead them to diabetes, right? Pre-diabetes often leads to diabetes. That's the reason they talk to their patients about.
So is it also racist to tell somebody that they have pre-hypertension? I mean, is that also racist? Because hypertension's often, usually, you get that along with obesity. Like, is that racist?
I feel like sometimes people just need to be reminded that it's okay to literally say, I actually don't know enough about that to go ahead and speak on it today. Like, that's a perfectly acceptable answer or response or just statement to anything you're being asked to talk about, especially when it's something so important.
Here's the thing, Lee. Coca-Cola bottles water. They could sell bottled water. They choose to sell Coca-Cola. Coke owns at least 2 different name brand bottles of bottled waters, and then I think they have several different off-brand ones as well. Like, they sell bottled water. I mean, if you don't have access to water, bottled water is the next best thing, unfortunately, but they could sell bottled water to these people, but they're choosing to sell soda. You know, that's what pisses me off about that.
Person is not a doctor, but she went ahead and felt like it was okay for her to say this very off the rails statement to not only her 53,000 followers, but also all of the other really prominent fat activists I've seen sharing this specific video. But I can't let myself get hung up here because she still has so much to say, so we need to keep going.
And if you're not familiar with Ozempic, Ozempic it's multiple drugs, but it's like the overarching name for multiple drugs that treat diabetes, right? It is used for patients with diabetes. And because so many celebrities have found this like one-stop shop way to get thin, and it has gone essentially viral on places like TikTok, it is in a shortage. So people who are living with diabetes don't have access to Ozempic.
Remember when everyone thought that people having access to the internet literally right in their pocket, at their fingertips at all times of the day, was going to make them smarter?
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Ozempic is not.
Well played. Pepperidge Farm remembers. Is there still an Ozempic shortage? Novo Nordisk discontinued certain dosages of Ozempic. So this isn't because of celebrities wanting to have Ozempic. It's because Novo Nordisk artificially created a shortage. And if this page would load, I could further back up my statement. Come on, let's go. What's going on? All right, maybe that's not the best source. The pharmaceutical company that supplies Ozempic has recently advised that supplies throughout the rest of 2023 and 2024 will be limited. Advised the demand has accelerated in recent months, particularly for the low-dose versions. This additional demand is caused mainly by rapid increase in prescribing off-label uses. Yes. The Therapeutic Goods Administration do not initiate new patients on Ozempic. unless there is no suitable alternative. Here's my question. Ozempic is the brand name for the diabetes medicine, but Novo Nordisk also makes an off-brand that is specifically targeted for weight loss. So, and it's the exact same medication. It's just at a different dose. It is not known when the medicine will be available in sufficient quantities to meet the ongoing high demand. Very limited new supplies of the 0.25 and 0.5 milligrams would be available before the end of 2023 and would be intermittent supplies of strengths of Ozempic throughout 2024. Organized to manage the shortage of Ozempic since April. This page never loaded. All right, that page is invalid then. Whatever I said at the beginning is wrong. Yeah, is it Mounjaro? Mounjaro and Zepbound, those are literally made for weight loss, yes? And Ozempic is the diabetes med. Like, that has always been a diabetes med. This is from May. And fake Ozempic, let's not do that. This is why I always say talk to your doctors. I am not a doctor, talk to your doctor. Your doctor will know way more about this than I do. This is from February. There are shortages for semaglutides due to the increased demand of the drug. Shortages for both Ozempic dose strengths are now resolved. Wait, when is this from? This is Canada. All right, this is from April. This is from April of this year. And it's also Canada, so yay, Canada. Why do you guys get better medical care? They are no longer encouraging pharmacists to limit prescriptions to 30-day supplies in Canada. I must say that. Due to continued demand, there are shortages of Trulicity and Mounjaro. Allocation strategies have been implemented. The manufacturer is encouraging pharmacists to continue to limit refills. Okay, so the Ozempic shortage has been resolved according to Novo Nordisk as of April 2024, according to pharmacist.ca, which is a Canadian website. So we can say that this is occurring in Canada. Eli Lilly, oh, Lilly. They are creating, are they the ones that make Mounjaro? I knew they made one of these. It expects shortages to end in May for Trulicity and between June and July for Mounjaro. So by the end of July, Lilly is saying that there will no longer be shortages. And these two, I believe, one of these is specifically for weight loss and the other one is for diabetes control. And yes, I'm ignoring the chat and I will get to you guys in just a second. I'm not being a dick. I just need to be able to read. So there is currently not a shortage in Canada. So I'm going to assume it's hopefully getting resolved here in the States, if not actually resolved in the States. And Lilly, which is out of Indiana, so I'm familiar with Lilly as a company. They're saying their shortages should be sorted by the end of, well, by midsummer. So not actual midsummer, but by the middle of the summer season. Midsummer is on the 20th. So my point for doing that is that I was pretty sure this argument of the shortage of this medication was actually becoming not true. However, I'm almost positive fat acceptance communities are going to continue to hang on to it because they will not check. They won't do that simple little Google. Yeah, okay, let me catch up with the chat, sorry. Boy, I really gotta catch up with the chat, sorry. I do wear my sunscreen. Look, telling somebody here's the thing. I used to work with I used to work with archaeologists who weren't white. Okay, they were people of color, and there was more than one situation where we were passing the communal bottle of sunscreen around because yes, that exists, and they would get skipped over because, oh, you have dark skin, you won't burn as easy. Everybody still gets sunburns, okay? It doesn't matter how dark you are. You probably should still wear sunscreen. But there's this idea that you don't. Share the sunscreen is my point. We are taking away their identity of being fat, and if that's your identity, sorry about you. Let's see. Could also be diverting some of the semaglutide supplies from Ozempic to other brands. All right, Theo, I'm just catching up with the talk here. Wegovy is, okay, that's the other Novo Nordisk. Because all of these companies now are making one for diabetes and one for weight loss. And it's the same drug for each company, but all of them are different formulations, things. I don't know. It's a different drug. Okay. The Mounjaro is the diabetes one. Okay, then the other thing must have been... Or were we? So the Trulicity must be their weight loss one. Wegovy is not spelled right. It's all right, man. I won't catch it anyway. The FDA website reports drug shortages if alerted by the drug maker. Well, I mean, they're all classified GLP-1s, but they're all like different stuff. Chemicals. Things. Zepbound. Who makes Zepbound? Is that also Novo Nordisk, or is that... Because I think there's 3 companies now. Lilly being the latest one in the pile. They got there late. Well, when you get caught up, Tortoise, it'll be good to see you. Sorry. There's a lot going on right now. All right, I think I'm caught up. When Ricky's people, where's the rest of it? That's it? All right, never mind, I cut you off. I didn't even know Adderall was in a shortage, but I fortunately don't take anything that people hoard. Yeah, dark skin still burns. And it still hurts when it burns, from what I hear. It's just like everyone else. You still get a sunburn. I mean, which would you rather have, Brioche? A white cast to your skin or a sunburn? AKA skin cancer later on in life. You're not seeing Ozempic on the FDA. Well, according to this article, yeah, ours is the FDA, wouldn't it be? Yeah, America's would be the FDA, not the Canadian Pharmacist Association. Sorry, Canada. But they are our neighbor, so... And I'm pretty sure... Where is Novo Nordisk? Where are they headquartered? Are they an American company? I know Lilly is, because I'm from Indiana. But I don't know where they're headquartered out of. We need a junk food shortage. Fortunately, that will not be happening. Lilly does make Zepbound? They don't have it on here. Damn it, Lilly! There was some news weeks ago about a company saying they will offer a weight loss shot for 80% less than the other options available. She's on a compound. I don't know, Quirky. I have a lot of questions. It's Dutch. If it sounds Dutch, I hate to be like that. Yeah, it's my understanding that compounded stuff is not usually FDA approved. Anyway, let's see if we can't get through this. I'm sorry, I keep getting sidetracked. But this is why it's called a research stream, because this is what happens.
Not multiple drugs. Ozempic is one drug. I think, once again, she could have benefited just a little bit from pausing before posting this video and clicking on that little tiny icon either on her phone or her computer with the big G. For a group of people who like to tell people all the time that Google is free, it's literally the easiest thing she could have done, and instead we got this. So let's go ahead and clarify the point she's trying to make here. Ozempic is one medication. Semaglutide is the main ingredient used to create Ozempic and Wegovy. Ozempic is the diabetic version of the medication, and Wegovy is the weight loss specific version of the medication. Tirzepatide is a...
And Anna, I saw somebody talking about glitter and lasers. Anna was on Wegovy. You had to like really listen to hear that, but she was on Wegovy. I don't know if she still is, but she was.
Another drug that is used to make Mounjaro and Zepbound. Mounjaro is the diabetes medication, and Zepbound is for weight loss. It's really hard for me to take people seriously when they're being so loud and so wrong so early in a very long form video.
And what made me think about this connected to the multiple that we're witnessing, I just read that once again stopped food and aid going into Palestine, is that we have
I'm going to let you finish.
Celebrities on these major platforms, daytime television, discussing how they didn't have an appetite.
Hang on. I know this is annoying. Hang on.
Video.
And what made me think about this connected to the multiple that we're witnessing, I just read that once again stopped food and aid going into Palestine, is that we have celebrities on these major platforms, daytime television, discussing how they didn't have an appetite and how that was great.
So your argument is because there are celebrities who are talking about not having appetites because they're taking weight loss drugs. Purple because aliens wear hats. That's your argument. What? Were you high? That's not even word salad. Apparently I can't say certain words that I need to be able to say in order for any of this to make sense, but your argument is, since there are celebrities that don't have appetites due to weight loss drugs, Ozempic and GPL-1 type medications are akin to genocide. Because something politics I don't want to talk about on this channel. Okay. This is why I hate fat acceptance. This is why I'm sorry guys. This is why I hate fat acceptance. This is why I hate health at every size. Would you like to watch your own video back? Would you like to watch it back and actually listen to the words that just came out of your mouth? Would you like to do that? Because I will sit next to you and walk you through it. Because clearly you need someone to do that for you. Wow. Wow. Brioche, that is a bad word. Yes, we don't say that here. I'm not saying you can't say it at home. You just can't say it here. You can't say that on television.
How them losing weight gave them so much space to be, but mostly related to food when people don't even have access to fucking food.
Whoa.
And so a bunch of celebrities not eating is the same as forcible starvation of large groups of people. These two things do not connect. Also, if celebrities aren't eating, doesn't that mean there's more food for other people? Like, what the fuck was that argument? I'm sorry, I'm going to let Sam go because she's probably going to say it better than me. Oh no, Anais, I know. The fat acceptance community is insane. They are insane. I'm sorry. I know that's rude, but they are insane. Brioche, you didn't have to, like, I'm sorry. I wasn't yelling at you. But yes, you are correct. Michelle McDaniels is much better at responding to people of color because she is also a person of color. Ergo, they can't pull the race card on her. I've seen them try, though. Adderall and all ADHD stimulants. Well, it's because everybody's getting fucking diagnosed with ADHD these days. Like, they diagnosed me with it. I'm sorry. I don't believe that I have it. I need to call the pharmacy daily to try and get my prescriptions filled. Jeez. That's awful. Because I know people who need medication. I'm not trying to slam people who have a diagnosis and or need medication for it. I'm just saying I don't believe I have it, so there. Yeah, that sucks for people who are having a hard time getting hold of that. I feel bad for people who can't get hold of their drugs. Yeah, Pirosh, exactly. Hellfire's here with me. Hellfire understands. Purple because aliens wear hats. That's the argument. That's the argument. I don't think she's a sellout. I don't think this person, I don't know who that person was. I don't think that person was a sellout. I think they have no idea what they're talking about at all, at any point during that argument. I think they've probably heard somebody else saying something relatively similar, was like, yeah, that makes sense, and ran with it without fact-checking any of that argument, like any part of it. And I'm also willing to bet they were probably high, because that's one of those arguments that makes sense when you're stoned. I'm just saying, a lot of the world issues have been solved by people who were stoned at the time. Does it make sense when you're sober? No. That's kind of the point. Man, if we all just had, like, flying cars, then we wouldn't have to drive real cars, and, like, then there wouldn't be air pollution. I mean, you're not wrong in the moment. Sorry. Oh, busy. I'm so sorry. Welcome to the insanity. Yeah, wanting people to be healthy is terrible.
Whoa. Hold the phone here, because I actually watched this interview between Kelly Clarkson and Whoopi Goldberg.
I have
and not once in the whole time that they were talking did they mention not eating or losing their appetites. And I don't want to get a copyright strike from Kelly Clarkson, so I'm going to go ahead and give you a brief synopsis of the interview, and I'll overlay it with some clips here. And then I will link the full thing down below so that you can go and check it out. In this interview with Whoopi, the conversation around weight loss kicks.
She's looking good. Look at her. I'm sorry. I have a soft spot for Whoopi Goldberg, but I grew up with Whoopi Goldberg, so that's the only defense I have for that. She looks good. I really like her little braided mohawky thing going on. I like it. I like her hair. I usually like her hair. Who said? Yeah, Tatter's tail. Exactly. Now, just translate that out. Who is Eric the Electric? Is that someone I probably need to look into?
Off when Kelly compliments Whoopi, telling her that she appears to be getting younger and younger every single time she sees
She does, though. She does.
her. To which Whoopi responds, that's because I've lost weight, enough weight for two people, actually. They end up sharing that they're either on Ozempic
Look
or
at her. She looks amazing. Damn, Whoopi.
something else. But then the conversation is mostly
Yeah, it
around
does
how
look
neither
cool
of
with the
them had
grayscale.
realized that they'd gained weight until they saw a video or a photo of themselves. Whoopi even went as far as to point out that that's what happens when you're living your life. Kelly even went as far as to say that she wasn't depressed or miserable the way people were speculating that she was. She just didn't realize that the weight she'd gained was being detrimental to her until her blood test turned up some unsavory results. Nowhere in that interview did they talk about appetite or not eating. Literally nowhere. And it feels strange that I have to do this, but I'm gonna do it anyway because this is the state of the internet in 2024. I am fully not defending the honor of celebrities. Like, Kelly Clarkson and Whoopi Goldberg are on a whole nother level. They're both super wealthy. They could give a shit less about people like us, right? I'm not defending them. But what I am saying is that it's extremely unfair to take their conversation so out of context to push this really gross argument and this really gross narrative forward.
I don't think at that point you're defending celebrities by saying at no point during this interview did any of those words come out of anyone's mouth. That's not defending anyone. That's pointing out that you had a fever dream and that's not reality. And it's on camera. We have film of it. I can play it back for you to show you that those words never came out of anyone's mouth. That's not defending anybody. I'm not defending Whoopi when I say she looks nice. That there's no defense there. She looked nice. I mean, unless you just simply don't like Whoopi's aesthetic in general, which is perfectly valid as well. Otherwise, she looked, I don't think she's looked that good since like the 90s. The last time I saw her in a movie, which I did not see The Color Purple, so I am not rocking my grays. I am not embracing them. I am not going quietly into that dark night. Sorry. I'm not ready to be gray. My hair be damned. She does look good, like, yeah. And I don't really know what Kelly Clarkson ever really looked like, so I can't really say one way or the other. I vaguely know who Kelly... She's like... Isn't she one of the really early American Idol winners? Yeah, exactly, Quirky. That's sticking to facts. Yeah, common sense. Yeah, yeah. You guys over here, how dare you talk about other creators in my chat? How dare? How dare? No, I'm kidding.
Like, are we literally that lost as a society where you don't think I shouldn't, one, I shouldn't be putting anything in my body that's making me lose upwards of like 60 pounds in like a year. That is...
If you lost, on the high end, 2 pounds a week, there are 52 weeks in a year. Someone correct my math, it's fine. That would factor out to being 100 pounds in a year, assuming you could maintain that. We're working on a hypothetical here. So who was that guy we were watching? Strive to Thrive, or I forget what his name was already. I'm sorry. I subscribed to him. So that guy was on average, from his own accounting, losing about 2 pounds a week by simply restricting calories and being more active. And you guys saw what he was eating. Okay? It's not even like he's eating clean. So he's still managing 2 pounds a week. If he maintained that for a 12-month period, he would lose about 100 pounds in a year. Losing 60 pounds in a 12-month period is, I mean, good for you. Yes, and if that's all you needed to lose, props. I don't even know how to do the math to break that down to how much that would be a week because I'm terrible at math. But if someone else wants to share, exactly, 60 pounds in a year is nothing. Okay? Most people gain 10 to 20 pounds in a year. Like, yeah. You lost 20 pounds in a 4 to 5 month period. Yeah, exactly. You're right. Amber's only losing about 1, maybe 2 pounds. Like, shit, I can do that if I actually put my mind to it. I'm not, clearly, but I have lost weight, so to defend myself. But the point is I could lose more. But shit, even if I lost a pound a week from here until the end of the year, I would still hit my weight loss goal and then some. Like, what are you on? You should not get online stoned. Oh, Amber's way eating more than she's admitting to. Amber's forcing herself to eat while taking semaglutide, and that irritates the shit out of me.
It's wild. Like, that is not healthy at all. But then...
Yeah, losing a pound a week is healthy. There's nothing wrong with losing a pound. Losing half a pound a week. Losing weight, if you need to, is healthy. Losing weight if you don't need to, please stop. But losing weight if you need to, even if it's just half a pound a week, is still healthy. And it's still probably... What is 60 divided by 12? I would yell at him, but he won't give me the right answer. And I'm talking about my Alexa unit, not my boyfriend. 60 divided by 12. That didn't work. It'd be 12 divided by 60. See, this is why I'm bad at math. That would be 0.2 pounds a week. No, a month. Because I did it by 12. That would be 0.2 pounds a month. Pointing these things out to people. No, I know I'm preaching to the choir, but 5. Yeah, you're right. 5 pounds a month. There we go. I told you I was bad at math. I counted on my fingers. Leave me alone. I thought you couldn't tell. I know you're being snarky. I hope you're being snarky. I'm pretty sure you're being snarky. And it's okay. Snark is perfectly acceptable. Jesse, stop it with your logic.
Two, that there's a shortage for the people who actually need it. You don't need it. You're just taking it to lose weight.
We've already covered that going forward from April and the end of July, there will not be a shortage, which will trickle down to people. Because somebody pointed out that just because there isn't a shortage, just because the shortage ended in April does not mean that's trickled down to the patients. So that's perfectly valid.
So what? And then you say on national television that I didn't have an appetite. And that felt good. You're starving yourself. Like this, I don't know. This is really scary. In the midst of everything, we have people who are all trying to look the same so that they're not discarded by the celebrity machine. Because you will be discarded if you're fat.
Whoopi Goldberg has spent the majority of her career overweight. Where is your argument? Whoopi Goldberg is one of the highest paid women in her field. Where is your argument? You are literally using Whoopi Goldberg as your measurement here. That's like saying people don't listen to Oprah because she's fat. You sure you want to make that argument? You sure? Two of the most well-known female black actresses / personalities have always been large. They've spent more time overweight than underweight, or even at good weight. I don't think Whoopi was ever underweight. So I don't think this argument's gonna do what you think it's doing. Well, I mean, I'm glad they don't care about math because I just demonstrated that I can't do it, so. No, Theo, Amber's TDEE is not 4,000 a day. You're not taking into account that 150 pounds of that is her lipedema. All right? Queen Latifah, thank you. Lizzo. Sorry. I think a lot of celebrities who kind of look alike, but that's kind of a modern thing. That's not really that common. It wasn't common before. I don't know how many companies are making the GLP-1s, though, Hellfire. Like, I know Lilly's doing it. I know Novo Nordisk is doing it. Who's the other goddamn company? Like, I can see their name, but I can't say it, you know? It's like it's there, but it's not in words yet. I think they genuinely believe it, Jesse. Yeah, Whoopi's always been curvy in my recollection of her. Now, she was, well, what was the first time? Jumping, I'm not going to spell this right. Jumping, oh, there it is. Jumping Jack Flash, guess. Yeah, that's Whoopi. We see the picture? That's what Whoopi looked like when she first started her career. I mean, she looks like she's a healthy weight there. She looks like a normal weight to my eyes. Was she? I don't know. I don't know what she weighed then. I don't know what her body composition was because I don't even know if that was a thing yet. Like, but there you go. That's what Whoopi looked like back in 1986. All right. Now, she looks almost exactly like that with a much cooler hairstyle in that interview that we just watched. So, like, she did de-age. So, props. But that's kind of my point. Pfizer, thank you, Megan. Thank you. Knew as soon as thank you. But anyway. All right. Onward.
Like, oh. And just the overall message of disposability that then, continues to perpetuate because it's already present, right? If you don't look this way, then you are not worthy of being on television, of having a book tour, Whoopi Goldberg, of having a daytime television show. Like Kelly Clarkson goes on to say, like, I didn't even understand that I looked that bad. That's what she said about herself. And there's no correction, there's no interrupting that. The body positivity movement is just defunct.
Because people were bringing that up. I'm really getting a kick out of this generation trying to cancel. They tried to cancel Oprah. Good luck. I don't really care what your overall opinion of Oprah is, but good fucking luck. And now you're trying to cancel Whoopi Goldberg. I will break this to you right now. Whoopi does not give an F. And hasn't for a very long time. So, good luck. Have fun with that. Like, people have tried to cancel both of those women so many times in their careers. There is absolutely, I will be astounded if this generation makes a dent into either of those two women. I really will. But that's me. There's quite a few. Well, yeah, I mean, I figure there's AstraZeneca. Yeah, I've heard that one, yeah. I was thinking Pfizer. Mounjaro's one of the drugs, not the company. I'm pretty sure. Brioche. I'm pretty sure. That means I'm probably wrong. Midori, you're probably not wrong. Yeah, I mean, yeah, comparatively, but I mean, well, comparatively to the rest of her career, she was thin. But she was doing stand-up comedy. Whoopi is not her original name. No, she literally took that name after the whoopee cushion. I remember hearing that in an interview one time with her. Yeah, I mean, having some face work done probably isn't unusual. I don't care. I mean, if she was doing like Ollie London fashion, face plastic surgery, that's a whole other story. But just like, God knows I would love to get my eyelids done. AstraZeneca is right for you. It's about fat celebrity scarcity specifically. Well, I mean, yeah, maybe. And I can see the argument that Rebel Wilson was using being chunky as a way of furthering her career because she did basically say that. I don't care. That just shows me that she's smart. No, I will double check that later, not right now, but I remember an old interview with her asking why her name was Whoopi, and she changed it. I don't remember what her real name is. But she started using the stage name Whoopi when she was a comedian because of the whoopee cushion. So when people make fun of her, you're not actually making fun of her. It is the whoopee cushion. Oh, there was a 80s band named that. Yeah. Anyway. What time is it? It's 1:30. Okay. I missed lunch, but I don't care. I'm not actually hungry. I'm not hungry, you guys, so I'm trying to erase an entire group of people by saying that. But I do need to go to the little girl's room, so I'll be right back. I see you, Hellfire. All right, my current plan is we're going to go until 2. I have an alarm that'll go off. And then I'm going to duck out of this one so that I can set up the 4 p.m. one. And I'll be doing Q&A in that one for those of you who will be also in that one. I do not expect any of you to show up to the next one, but, you know, if you do. Karen Elaine Johnson? That's Whoopi's real name? I know it's not couth to say. I like the name Karen. I think it's a pretty name. I've had a lot of good friends named Karen, believe it or not. And I love the name Elaine. So Goldberg's not even her last name. That does not surprise me. Does not surprise me. There's probably a reason behind that too. You know what? She's probably named after Rule Goldberg. I'm getting tired. All right, anyway. Hi, Stevie. Oh, you're off work today. I thought you were saying you were off to work. Lee. Talk to a coworker about actual work stuff. I do like the Sparrow. It's spelt more like the Gaelic Karen. Now, y'all can call me on that, but that's fine. Was her first husband? Possibly. Rube. Thank you. Rube. Ugh. Stupid work making us work. I know, right? All right, let's see if we can do the last 10 minutes of this before I need to go. Hi, could you do that in a way to take out the entire desk? That would be amazing. I love you. We're watching this video whether you like it or not.
Again, is the clip of them talking about starving and being a good thing, is that clip, is it in the room with us? Is it here? Is it on the internet with us? Is it in our shared collective space? Because I've yet to find it. You can watch the interview for yourself. It's not there. This entire video is extremely annoying because the further you get into it, like, it's just straight up nonsensical. Even her rant at the very end about how everyone is doing this because they all want to look the same or they'll be discarded. Even that is just so easily disproven, especially when you consider that Kelly Clarkson was plus size even when her show first aired, and her ratings have been thriving since its launch, growing every single year. So yes, in my opinion, she would still have her talk show, regardless of whether or not she chose to lose weight. And before this creator brings us to a close today, she did drop this classic fat activist line.
Because it was founded in thievery of black fat activists.
Can someone please name these women for me? Can someone out there please just internet sleuth these fat, black, sometimes disabled, sometimes not, activists who supposedly created the fat liberation movement? Because they are mentioned frequently, and I know I've talked about this before in another video because they're always there in the background. It's the main thing that they use, is that this movement was originally co-opted from these women. Who are they? Can anyone tell me? Like, anyone out there, raise your hand, raise your hand. Because to me, it seems like if these women were so important to them, they would know their names and they would be shouting them from the rooftop. And instead, they just use this same talking point. Nobody seems to know who they are. It's almost like they don't actually exist. All right, let's go ahead and wrap this.
Why would that make you suspicious, Sam? Way too close to my camera now. Ah, jump scare. Sorry. You want to see the cat? I have to lean in more. He needs a new shave. He needs to be shaved down a little bit, but yeah. Hi, what do you want? You just need love and attention. You just need love and attention. Don't bite me. That's all I'm really asking here.
Thing up with a bow.
Right, but literally this shows the lack of impact that it had.
This is so fascinating to me, not only in the context of her trying to make this wonkadoo argument, but also because there has been a rise lately in people who are losing weight, specifically with Ozempic or other weight loss medications, who are coming out and talking about fat phobia and the things they went through when they were overweight. I am so curious if anyone else has noticed this, but they are springing up everywhere. They do not tear down fat people. They're doing the exact opposite of being the most fat phobic because, like I've said all along, they are the people who can fully empathize with what it's like. And so we're seeing them spring up and come out of the woodwork to say those things. And to me, in my opinion, that is actually body positivity and fat acceptance or fat liberation, whatever you want to call it, actually making an impact. This connection between Ozempic and the complete erasure of fat people It is gross for very obvious reasons, but also it just doesn't make any sense. And I briefly touched on this in that video that I made where we talked about Datura Jones's video, but the thing that they seem to be missing, which is the key component in my opinion, is that doctors cannot make people take Ozempic. You can never be forced to lose weight. You can never be forced to take a medication. Doctors can only guide people. The reason doctors are going to continue to talk to people about their weight is that weight is actually just one of many health markers. So if your weight is off, they have to talk to you about it. Just
pause the damn video. WTF, YouTube. Jiminy. Well, I guess we're watching Beatrice now. Oh. Look here, YouTube. Let's have a conversation. Even in my... Why are you like this, YouTube?
to you about it. Just
Here we go. Found it. Oh, yes. Everyone thinks you're so cute. Don't have to put up with your ass. Good. Put you back in your chair now. Heavy. He's chonk. Here. No. Dare. How dare. Sorry, guys. There's gonna be cat hair everywhere. How dare. Oh. He was sat down before he was ready. I know. No one loves you. What? Filthy dirty? It is. Alright. He knows the camera's on him. Look at him. Do not encourage the cat. He is already a nuisance among man. The cat apocalypse, yes. Alright, give me a second to, like, see hair. Here. I think he's placated for now. There, if you weren't seasick before, now you are. Alright. Professional. He is a ragdoll. He is a ragdoll Maine Coon. He is 13.5 pounds. He is not overweight. The tabby is overweight. This one, not so much. He is cute. He is cute. He's very lovable. He's showing off. Look at him showing off. He is adorable. But yeah. Oh, if he wants to be held, you will hold him. He likes to be held. He likes to lay on his back and stretch out. He likes belly rubs. He likes to have his armpits tickled. It was a cute catastrophe. Yeah. He almost took my mic out. He's got this thing. He's figured out if he jumps from a certain angle that he's because my desktop is glass. So he'll jump on purpose to hit everything at just the right angle to make it all shift. He thinks it's fun. That's the only thing I can come up with. And he likes to do that. And so he's been perfecting his form the last few weeks. So unfortunately, I've been having to like lock him out when I'm recording because he only does it when I record. And then earlier today, I was journaling and I had all of my colorful pins and shit out because I have to have that. And boy, it was like bowling. He jumped up and he skid and he took out every single one of my pins and almost my coffee cup all in one go. It was amazing. I was thrilled. But, you know, cats. What are you going to do? He likes to have his armpits tickle. He's kind of funny about it. He'll stretch out and reach even further so you can make sure to get in there. I think I'm too pale. I'm positive I'm too pale. All right, anyway. mean, we can talk about cats or we can watch Sam. He's just being a punk. Training for the Cat Olympics, yes. His sister is the one. She's not as friendly, but she's not as camera friendly. She doesn't like the lights. But she'll jump up on things and do the whole like, here's your coffee cup, and she's like, and make eye contact with you and then push it off. That's the other cat. Hey, you think you like a Maine Coon. The problem is they're a very intelligent breed, and so you have to keep them occupied. Like, you have to keep all kinds of, like, cat puzzles and shit around and toys and things for them. Because if they get bored, they will find a way to entertain themselves. And it's usually knocking over your plants, breaking your glasses. He knows the ways of chaos. Yes. Exactly. Yeah, he's a good boy. They're very smart cats.
Just the same way they would if your blood tests were off for some reason, or if your vitamin levels were off for some reason. It's just one piece of the puzzle, and it's their literal job to talk to you about your health. But they can't make someone change. They can't make someone who has high blood pressure stop eating salt. They can't make someone who's overweight take Ozempic. Even people who are diagnosed with very serious illnesses like cancer still have an option. They could do traditional treatment, they can try experimental treatments, they can go,
assuming they can afford the treatment. This is the US, let's be honest.
With holistic treatments, or they can deny treatment altogether, whether or not a doctor agrees with them, because it's completely up to the individual to make the decision that's best for them.
Or the insurance company. I just can't help but get the digs in. I live here. I know what it's like.
And that's the thing that they're missing. They are just saying that doctors are going to be able to prescribe this or make people feel bad so that they'll take it. And that just isn't true. It can't happen. Doctors are guides. Not always great guides. Again, I ain't standing up for doctors. We have talked about bad doctors on this channel before.
I'm not gonna, I have bad doctor stories, but it has nothing to do with me being fat. But I'm not gonna sit here and say that doctors won't try to like peer pressure you into doing something that they think is good for you, whether it's good for you or not. Ooh, I guess I could push that back some. There you go. Because you don't have to go far to convince me of that. But like she said, it is their job, kind of, to get you healthy, sort of. At least that's what we like to pretend like the job is, and I'm gonna go with that for now. So, I have a friend who's 100% convinced that the medical community is just there to prescribe things, and I mean, I get where that comes from. I do, but let's pretend. Let's pretend like most doctors are actually trying to keep their patients alive and just doing it the best way they know how. So, yeah, it's not always up to the person, unfortunately, but you do have the ability to say no. Like, if they have a course of action that they want you to do and you don't want to do it, you can always say no. Sometimes you say yes, and then the insurance company says no. But if the insurance says yes and your doctor says you should do it, you can say no. You are allowed to say no. No one is forced to do anything here. Yeah, Hellfire, that's how my friend thinks. Doctors will deny you pain meds if you don't go full on with their plan and you are dying. Wow. See, I've had the exact opposite problem with pain meds and doctors. Would you like some pills?
We're going to be talking about one very
Checking
soon.
chat.
Be on the lookout for that. They're not all great. And sometimes they do lead people in bad directions, whether they mean to or not. It does happen. But a doctor is only a guide. They can't force you to take anything you don't want to take. So when you start to think about this in that context and all the other contexts we talked about, this argument falls apart really, really quickly. I actually found a research paper about this, and if it wasn't so boring, I would talk about it on the channel.
I need this paper. How dare you, Sam? You are not allowed to say you found a research paper and then just hand wave it away. I demand this paper, or at least a link, or you to read it and tell me what it is. Get on this stat, because I demand it to be.
But it is the driest thing I've ever read. There's no way to make it interesting. And it basically just says the same thing that these two creators have said. So I'll just leave that bit of information for you here. But all in all, I thought it was really bad when we were seeing fat activists comparing themselves to Holocaust survivors, right? And that's kind of what they're doing here. But they're doing it at the same time that something is actually happening worldwide. Again, I can't really mention it for demonetization reasons.
Yeah, thanks, YouTube. God forbid we be able to talk about current events. I'm not seeing a link for it. And I've tried... Look, this isn't a slam on Sam. Sam's channel's huge, so... I've tried asking for links to things before, and I'm almost positive it just doesn't get seen. But, I will send her a message and see if I can't get a link to that, or maybe even be able to figure out what she's talking about. Because I would like to see that paper.
Even though it's a very serious topic that everyone should be paying attention to, those things are actually happening right now. And that's the purpose of this person's video. And it's just mind-boggling to me that they don't see how inappropriate this is. If you've been around for a while, you know I don't usually riff at the end of videos like this. These two videos, these two creators have me feeling some type of way because this is just wildly inappropriate, and I don't need to say why, but they are. And I didn't know that I was going to be this annoyed, but I really, really am. Like, sometimes I think people just need to, like, sit down and, like, get a little perspective, you know? All right, that is all I have for you all
What is it? Take several seats.
today. At this point, I'm curious to know what you think. Have you seen people making comparison videos like this? Like, saying that Ozempic is going to lead to the complete erasure of fat people, or thinness is back in, and so that's leading to the erasure of fat people. It's just an interesting time to be on the internet in this sphere, because these arguments just keep cropping up out of nowhere, and we're just going to keep hacking away at them, and we're going to keep talking about the context, because it's important. And what is it with these fat activists centering themselves in things like this? Especially things that are so serious, just so that they can make a nonsensical argument. Have you noticed that? They really, really, really like to center themselves in things that are really super serious.
First person syndrome? Or I guess they call it main character syndrome.
And finally, why do they not seem to understand that doctors cannot force you to take a medication that you don't want to take? I think that's the number one thing that their arguments hinge upon, that they don't seem to realize. Like, that breaks them down so quickly because, yeah, someone can prescribe it to you. The government can basically almost mandate it. We just lived through it. That doesn't necessarily mean people are going to do it or have to do it. We've seen that happen collectively. Why do they not realize that when they're making these arguments? It's really fascinating to me. And honestly, I want to know your opinions, and you guys always come so prepared. So please tell me how you are feeling down in the comment section. You know I'll be there right after this video goes up. And for all my introvert friends out there who may not feel comfortable leaving their opinion in an internet comment.
All right. If you want to go leave a comment on our video, please do so. I'm not going to stop you. But that's that for that. What's the opposite of erasure? That is the opposite. Like, because that's definitely what's going on. Nobody's erasing obese people. Now, their arguments are getting blown out of the water, especially with Ozempic. And I think that's one of the reasons why they're so anti-Ozempic, the fat acceptance movement, is because, you know, until this magical pill came along, they could make that argument of people can't lose weight, people can't lose weight. And now there's all these severely obese people who are just getting a shot a week and they're losing weight. And it's like, oh, and they're losing weight because they're not eating as much. And that's kind of like, look, that thing that everybody's been telling you for years and years and years, that, you know, it's calories in, calories out. Look, that happens to be true. We just give people a shot that restricts their appetite, and suddenly they stop eating as much, which would be calories in, calories out. And then suddenly they start losing weight. It's almost like physics is real. Proliferation. Yay! There we go. Ah, well, they hold things hostage. Yes, that is true. But you can still say no. You won't get your thyroid meds, but you can still say no. A moldy Gatorade. Spotlighting, exposure. Yeah, those are all good words. Yeah, that's all good words. Centering. Very good word. Like, why are we centering? Do we really not have anything else going on that the biggest thing we can talk about in this country is fat acceptance. I mean, it is for this channel, because that's kind of what the channel's built on. But is that really the biggest topic in the country? It's not. Hello, Jamie. You're going to get really mad because I'm getting ready to log off in like 10 minutes. I have cat hair all over my face. Megan, this just came across my feed in I got her set up for the little notifications thing, so. Moldy Gatorade. Nom nom nom. She pissed me off so much with that moldy Gatorade thing. I was almost like, I'm gonna go drink some Gatorade just to show you. And I'm just like, I don't like Gatorade. Yes, I will be back. I will be back at 4 my time, 4 p.m. EST. So I was like, maybe I'll start another video. We still got 10 minutes. This will be a fun one just for like 10 minutes. I cannot tell you how many, especially if I speed her up. Now, Kiana talks at a speed that's okay for me, so when I speed her up, she's going to be a little fast. But it'll let us get more in. This is just for fun. I like the show Secret Eaters. Mold adds texture. Doesn't that sound delicious? Okay, I can't get over that one. Anyway, if you don't watch the show Secret Eaters, it's not on air anymore. I think you can find it. You can either find it via clips on YouTube, or every now and then somebody will somehow get it past YouTube and they'll get a whole episode up. This one and Super Fat versus Super Skinny are like 2 of my favorite shows. And they're both British, I'm assuming. That's where I'm going with that one. I wish we could do something like that here in the States, as opposed to just My 600-Pound Life. Because it's just... Because at the end of these shows, the people are given ways to help themselves that isn't surgery. And I don't have anything against surgery. It's just like, here in the States, it seems like everybody just thinks the only way to lose weight is to get surgery. Because most of the time, these people are given like a diet plan to follow, and then they follow up with them like 6 months later, and they're like, yeah, I lost weight because I was eating on the diet plan, kind of a thing. So... No, it's a Gorley Pop. It's a Gorley Pop, Miss Anthropo. I can't even say people's names correctly, and I'm over here. Excuse me. She did used to do Girl World Reaction. You know, there's hope for my channel yet. I don't want to always do those, but I want it to also be part of it. Have I seen the Indatables, British television show? No. I've not seen that, Catsy. Is that where they take people who think no one will date them and find people to date them? I wouldn't be that interested in that, honestly. Yeah, Secret Eaters. Yeah, this is great.
Many times in my life, I thought to myself, I don't eat that much. Why am I gaining weight? And I am not alone.
I feel my size does not reflect what I eat.
I'm eating very healthy.
My diet is pretty good.
I'm not one of the worst eaters out there.
It just doesn't sound like you're eating that much.
But the British weight loss show Secret Eaters takes contestants who are certain they are doing everything right and proves to them that they're secretly lying to themselves about what they're actually consuming every day. And as someone who spent most of their life very overweight, I was just a little bit away from being considered class 3, formerly known.
Wow, I've never seen her before picture. Like, ever. You're gonna think I'm doing a thing, but I just want to see what her picture looked like. Wow. Okay, you can kind of see the resemblance, but honestly, does she look like the same person? Not my height. Not my highest weight. Wow. I knew she'd lost weight, because she talks about it a lot. But I'd never seen a before picture of her. I mean, she's still pretty. I'm not... Just because you're fat doesn't mean you're not pretty. You know what I mean. I hope. But anyway, I've never seen her before shot. And she says that's not her highest weight. Wow. Good job. And she's kept it off because she's always been this weight as long as I've been, or she's been around this weight since I've been watching her. And that's been years.
Class 3, formerly known as morbidly obese. I think the overall message of the show is an important and comforting one if you've ever struggled with your weight even a little bit. The message being, if you're gaining weight, you are eating too much. You don't have a slow metabolism, it's not your genetics, nothing is wrong with you, and you are not doomed. What's really happening is, it is insanely easy to underestimate how much we're consuming every single day. There's usually a difference between what we think we're eating and what we're actually eating.
or you keep a journal and you write down what you're actually eating and it makes you sad, so you ignore it. I'm kidding. I mean, I'm not, but I am.
And when we think we're eating an extremely healthy diet, as proved by today's subject,
I can't really see that eating anything different than what I do now is going to make any difference.
one of the most notorious Secret
I
Eaters
remember this
contestants of
guy.
all time, a sweet but naive older man by the name of Murray.
Murray, are you a secret eater?
I think I'm the most secretive eater there's ever been.
I think if you know your secret eating, you're not that secret of an eater. I think you know. I think you know, Murray.
But first, a quick message before we get into it. If you're someone with big goals but have bad habits and destructive behaviors holding you back, my behavior change course, How to Change, was made for you. It's almost
I'm gonna link her because I'm actually getting ready to skip her promotion thing. But I don't care if she promotes her stuff. Obviously, I know she's been working on this for a long time, so. But that's the link to the video we're currently watching. So if you've never watched Kiana, which I don't know how you've managed that, but if you haven't, there's a link to the video we're watching, and then you can follow it from there. But let's jump ahead.
So in this episode, we meet Murray and his wife, Helena, a couple in their mid-50s who've spent most of their lives fit and healthy, but have suddenly found themselves struggling with their weight.
They've put on 146 pounds between them, but neither think they overeat.
I'm getting all the nutrition I need, and I'm not really eating that much.
I don't eat every meal. I quite often miss meals because I'm not always hungry.
Now, when the host Anna asks them what their diet looks like,
So, what are you eating during the day?
Murray and Helena both claim that they're eating really healthy. They say they both cook most of their food at home, they don't really overeat, and in general, they think that their weight gain just doesn't really make any sense.
Your wife's not eating that
I
much.
can't believe that anyone could put weight on eating the quantities that Elena does.
Now, if you've ever seen
Okay, that's sweet. All right. I will give Murray that. He was like, "No, seriously, my wife, she's svelte. She eats like a bird. Look at her. She's a petite little thing." You know. Meanwhile, what's really happening? But, you know, I've watched episodes where they've had the couple and like both of them are just constantly throwing the other one under the bus, and it's just kind of refreshing to see him be like, "No, seriously, my wife, she doesn't eat anything."
the show before, you know that they're both secret eaters and that the show will in fact prove that they're both eating way too much. And Murray in particular will turn out to be one of the most iconic secret eaters of all time because of just how off base he was about how much he was really consuming in a day. Now, the fact that both Murray and Helena are certain that they could not be eating enough to be gaining any weight is already a red flag. Why? Because in reality, it's just not that difficult to be eating enough calories every single day in order to be gaining weight. It might have been difficult to gain weight in like 1835 when putting food in your mouth required 3 to 4 hours of manual labor, but in our modern world with super convenient food and snacks, it is insanely easy to consume enough calories to gain a substantial amount of weight every single year. And on top of that, when the host Anna inquires further, we find out that Murray and Helena are both very sedentary.
Do you exercise?
No.
Their favorite pastime is watching TV together. They both work sedentary jobs, and at this point, the most exercise they get.
Look at that puppy. Oh, that puppy's kind of portly as well, but look. I love a good Pomeranian. I like a good pomegranate too, but not the same thing. I would totally do Secret Eater PI. I would love doing that. He did put cream in a bowl of cereal. That's insane. I don't know. Somebody said that where'd it go? They didn't realize the cameras would catch everything. Some of the Secret Eaters would knowingly sneak food. Yeah. And I wouldn't doubt that maybe some of them might have played it up for the camera. You know how you do. But yeah, look at the puppy. He's a happy puppy. But yeah. I don't think they realized how thoroughly they were going to get followed. Because they put like trackers on their car. Like, I think part of the reason why you couldn't do a show like this in the States is like they literally put trackers on these people's cars. I just don't see that going over well here because we're very paranoid people. Or like, my favorite thing that they do is because I gotta wrap up here in a second, but they'll like follow them to a restaurant and then go into the restaurant after they've left and ask what they ordered. And I feel like if you did that in the States, whoever was working behind the counter would be like, "I'm sorry, do you have a warrant?" I just feel like that would happen here because again, we're very paranoid people. But what is double cream? How do you double cream? Like, I don't understand how that works. It's like twice boiling water. It's boiling. One episode would at least lead to a lot. I'm surprised maybe that's why they didn't do more of these, is because people were getting irritated. I don't know. Everybody always seems so pleasant, but then again, they're British. It's deceptive from what I understand. All the sugar and the cream and the biscuits with it. Yeah, they would go through the trash. Man, I tell you what, you can learn a lot from somebody's trash. Yeah, but whipping cream, I mean, maybe Yoda, but like just here in the States, whipping cream's whipping cream. Like, I don't think there's anything special about it. It's just pure cream. And it's usually like high fat because it's cream. Really, Tiffany? It's only 25% cream? Interesting. I need to read labels more often. Your thick cream is called double, and runny cream is called single. Oh, double cream is heavy cream? Okay. Double cream is whipping cream. All right, all right, all right. Thank you for putting it into English terms for me. Thank you for speaking American. Oh yeah, I love when they ask the coworkers too. Or like the family members, and the family members totally rat them out. Yeah, clotted cream's like a whole other thing though, isn't it? Like you actually have to make clotted cream. Started a cream war in chat. This is your fault, Anais. You're a baker and just bought whipping cream. It's 35% cream. Need to read labels. Don't have double cream in Canada? Well, Yoda, according to somebody earlier, double cream is whipping cream. So there you go. You do have double cream. Now I want jam and cream on scones. That does sound good. Speaking of lunch, all right, I'm gonna wrap up here on this one. I think I've got some good stuff to watch. We got a new person maybe to react to a little bit. He is slow as hell, but we'll react to him some. I'm going to watch, where'd it go? I'm gonna watch Megan Ann's video just so I know. Oh my god, it's an hour and almost a half. Jesus. All right, anyway, because I'm a good researcher, I'm gonna watch Megan Ann's ethnography. Because I've been wanting to do something similar myself. So I want to see what she covers. And I know Colin's got something coming out too, Colin Mockery. So when I get back from Salem, as I keep saying, I'm going to do something with a deep dive into the history of glitter and lasers. And I'm going to use my professional announcer voice to do it. So that should be fun, I think. The only people you'd narc on would be Errol and Chantal. Oh my god, my stomach's growling. Sad part is I think the UK public are a little too sensitive now. Oh, sorry, Miss Jelly. Well, we'll go back and watch it again. You know, if we have time at the 4 o'clock, we'll go back and watch that. But I'm glad I watched Sam's bit on Ozempic because that broke my brain. Thank you again, Sam. Yeah. And once again, Whoopi when she was younger. This is Nell Carter. Though Nell Carter's kind of a deep cut. Not a lot of people are really gonna really remember Nell. Not a lot of people outside of my generation are gonna remember Nell Carter. Wow, she died young. Wow. 54. Dude, her dad's name was Horace. That's amazing. Such a great name. There are not enough people named Horace these days. Oh, babies, kids. But anyway. Alright, so that's that. I need to go. I want to eat, and I want to get set up for the 4 o'clock, so you just remembered her? Yeah, I mean, a lot of people will remember her. It's just she tapped out of the industry much earlier. So, all right. Okay, if you've made it this far in the video, go ahead and put something dairy-based in the chat because we were talking about cream. I don't think cream's an option, so you're going to have to go for something. Get creative. Yes, yes, indeed. So go ahead and put that down in the chat. And for those of you who will be returning around 4, see you then. And for those of you who will not, completely understandable. I will see you guys later. And yeah, if you guys have some suggestions for like Fat Acceptance channels, compilations, creators, or something that you'd like me to look over, go ahead and add that in the chat as well, and I'll start taking notes on that. So, and otherwise, I'm gonna go eat because I'm hungry and I need to feed my cats.